And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 15, episode 18. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, we are going to be talking about GenG winning EWC 2025, T1 slaughtering G2 Esports, and we have the first team that will be exiting the LTA, and that is 100 Thieves. It has been announced that they are going to be exiting the LTA after the LTA North 2025 split 3, and that another team will take their place at the beginning of the LTA North 2026 winter split 1, or however the hell you pronounce any of that shit, because whoever decided, that was a way to call a split, you need to be thrown out of an executive room. I would say out of a window, but that's just my own personal opinion, actually. But as you guys know, there has been so much shit going on regarding just not only just League of Legends, but other things that we're going to get to in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. I did say to you guys that we would be having shows on Saturdays, but, Thursday is the main day for the show, and me and Warren will be basically going and doing Cloud9 podcast episodes on Tuesday when the LEC, regular seasons and playoffs during a split are obviously happening. And joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast to talk about LOL Esports and a bunch of other shit is Mr. Blanks. What's up, L? Always taking them L's in League. God damn, I was having to carry your ass last
man,
night.
Who carry your ass last night, nigga?
You couldn't even run from a Jax. You couldn't put your chompers out in front of a Jax.
Motherfucker, none of us, because he was always jumping over it. Nigga, don't act like your ass was seeing gray screen every fucking 15 seconds, nigga.
Hey, man, no, I may have went 3 and 23, but no one kills me 25 times. Just saying. Just pointed it out there. Side facts. What's up, man?
You talk about with that game, Jax, we won.
Yeah. It was the Xin game. I completely crashed out. I was like, just walking up, dying every 5 minutes. Holy crap.
No, that was the game you were playing Vex.
I'm playing Vex, yeah. That game was fun. I actually had fun that game.
That main popped off, and then I was able to get close. You gotta realize the chopper was going off. This fucking, this motherfucker Rise kept doing. He kept teleporting behind the chopper. That's mean the only people that will walk in the goddamn chopper was Senna and Iona. Then nigga Jax would go around and then jump over the motherfucker. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is bullshit.
I could have been like 4 screens away from this guy. He would literally flash Counter-Strike all the way towards me. He wanted me that bad.
Same thing for me.
Just absolutely insane. Absolute insanity.
Yeah.
All right. So there is so much to go over. Let's just get right into it. So we were following this situation for quite some time, but we actually have a resolution behind it. So, hey, dude, do you remember that Shannon Sharp situation where basically he got in trouble with them snow bunnies? Well, we actually have a resolution to that. So if you guys don't know, Shannon Sharp, a commentator on ESPN, he has his own show that he did. So some of the best episodes he did obviously was with Cat Williams, where he obviously pretty much laid out just how bad Hollywood actually really is. And there was that good episode he had with that one black lady. I forgot her fucking name. He had a really good episode with her. He had that really good episode with John. It was Monique. Yeah, that was really, really good. I like the episode he did with John Cena. That was really, really good.
That one, the one with David Wayne. David Wayne said the same thing about Hollywood, and then the show got canceled right after. I was like, that was bad timing.
So, as you guys know, me and Chaz, we love me some white women. We love the white ladies. My Achilles heel in my life is Mexican women and white women. Just fucking hell. Literally. They'll always get me.
Mine is mostly Hispanic women with accents and white women with pretty faces and fat asses. Those
Mexican women with black hair that talk fast Spanish. God damn.
Mine's just Hispanic women with like a very Hispanic women with accents in general. Because there was one I met couple of days ago. My God, she had the most New York accent. She said, "Oh, what up, B?" Instantly, I walked away. I was like, "Nope." I was like,
you know what's funny about this situation was that this girl had said, "I don't even know who Shannon Sharp even is." We all knew that was a lie. We saw the fucking DMs.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how women will literally lie knowing they've been caught. She literally said, word for word, "I don't know who that is." What do you mean you don't know who that is? He was calling you by your first name.
Exactly.
You were calling him by his first name. What do you mean you don't know him? If you remember, maybe you remember the DMs more than me. I remember this man straight up said, "I'm gonna blow your back out."
Exactly.
Insert her name, her actual name. What do you mean you don't know who that is? So you just let any random fucking dude go open your DMs and say they want to open your ass cheeks and clap them? Is that what we do now these days? Fucking whores, dude. But we all knew this would happen because Shannon Sharp said that basically he was going to be taking a break off of being on ESPN and his own podcast, and he was going to come back closer to the time when the NFL 2025-2026 season starts, actually.
Yeah.
So we actually have a resolution behind it. And this is what women like this do. I'm not kidding. So this fucking disgusting whore basically is now going to retire from being an OnlyFans model. So 20-year-old OnlyFans model who hit Shannon Sharp with a $50 million lawsuit says she's retiring from OnlyFans after
who didn't show up to court, by the way. She didn't show up to court for the first couple of days. That's me.
They were probably talking privately with the lawyers to how to settle out of court, because I'm pretty sure
he wanted to in the first place, because this was all about humiliation. This was never about money. This was all right.
Yeah, because she had money. People are throwing. She had money. She didn't need more money.
Her family had more money than this nigga.
That's crazy. That's actually insane. So this is the thing a lot of people don't get with like court systems, because I had to deal with it when I was younger, because I was a little bit more blacker than I am now in Minecraft. So I don't like dealing with law in general, and no one really that ever has gone through it would like to do it again. I don't get how people keep going to jail dealing with judges and all that shit. It's ridiculous, honestly. It is actually way more cheaper to just have your lawyer talk to another lawyer, talk to the other person's lawyer, and figure out a plan to just both parties can just be like, let's just settle it. Let's just not even go through courts, because basically it will be, you essentially waste more money doing the court system than actually just being like, hey, here's your money. Don't fucking ever talk to me again. That's it, right? So here's what, keep in mind, that's what she looked. Good Lord, I'm just saying.
Basic.
She's not ugly. Not an ugly
she's
person.
Not ugly, but then I tell you right now, I probably went to like 10. I probably went to school with 10 girls that look like her.
Someone said Timu Pokemon. I was like, no, I think this girl looks a little
bit
better.
Not even close. No.
Also, this girl looks a little bit better anyway. But whatever.
No. I think Pokemon looks better. No, she just looks basic. There's nothing about her that should like.
That's every woman.
I know, but if you walk on the street, you're not gonna look back and say, "Damn."
I've seen this kind of girl at Walmart's, Targets, fucking Dollar Generals, 99-cent stores, walking down the street. I mean, there's no shortage of white girls that are brunettes. There's no shortage of them.
Exactly.
So this was her actual. She posted on Instagram. I thought you didn't know him. I don't know who this bitch is. Gabrielle. Fucking hell. How many Gabriellas do you know in your life? I
know too many.
She says, today I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. How do you retire from being a whore? What?
They're doing crack!
Thank you.
God.
Man, people smoke crack and you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
I'm just pointing out, this is woman logic. I go and make an OnlyFans when I'm 18. I show my butthole for $6.99, and then I retire myself with $10 million or $20 million or however much fucking money she got. And then she already had money. It's just, I'm not even gonna rationalize woman logic. My brain can't do it today. I just got off work and I had to deal with women enough at that job enough. I'll just say that. But yeah, so if she didn't get this money, she'd just be whoring herself out. I imagine there's sex videos on this thing. I imagine she was getting cheeks blown out by 3 or 4 different dudes. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. Yep. Just have to sell your butthole and boobs for $6.99. Couldn't imagine. And then, because girls have this happen to all the time, I would say influential figures like Shannon Sharp will literally hit them up and try to bang them. We've heard many girls talk about like the Prince of Saudi Arabia hitting up girls out here, trying to fly them out to bang them out. Just crazy shit like that. Chris Brown hitting up porn stars in this kind of space, trying to get sucked off. That one girl was like, on that one Plugged Porn podcast, she was like, yeah, I was sucking him off when he was making his music. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, she thinks she's special. You know how many girls be sucking Chris off while he's doing his music?
Yeah, she acted like she was special. Like, I guarantee you, you're definitely not the first. You won't be the last. You're just an endless sea of women that goes through that dude.
Yeah.
I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works. I imagine porn that I can't wait to share. Yeah, because I'm actually astonished and shocked, and I'm going to be thoroughly surprised with that said about what this person's going to do. I don't know what this person's going to do. I guarantee it's going to be some business venture, and then she's going to eventually, I imagine, get big with that because a lot of money can get you actually in that kind of position. And then she's going to be like, oh my God, why can't no one let go of my past? I mean, you kind of just put your whole asshole out there and expect us to just like treat you like a normal human being? Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm truly excited for this next chapter. I love you all forever and ever.
Okay.
All right. Just Shannon, please. And this is weird because I don't know anything about that consent bullshit. Who knows? Because women lie so much. Like, how do you take back consent? I don't even know how that's even a.
It's not even that. If you didn't know this girl was probably a plant. Like, come on, Shannon, you out here.
I mean, look, let's be honest here. She probably literally, like, someone maybe didn't like him, maybe, had her slide through his DMs, his DM. It doesn't really matter who, honestly.
That's what happens when you want to get into Hollywood. They have to have something over you that you know not to step over the line. Because this nigga
this
said,
is her Instagram.
It's like, you look at it, it's like, okay. It's like, all right, cool. Trust me. Trust me. There's you go to California. There's probably like 50 girls that.
There's so many girls do OnlyFans too. Like, and keep in mind, there's probably. It's just goodness gracious, Shannon, dude, holy crap, man. And Shannon's also a political, progressive, activist, cringe person too. But goddamn, like, on one hand, I want to say it's deserved, but on the other hand, I want to say, like, why did you just retire some whore? Like, you didn't want to just fight this. But then again, courts usually lean towards women anyway. It's like not even worth. I understand
that
why
too,
you
but
want to do it.
It was more about public perception. The issue is this: this gets out there, people are automatically going to believe the women because how they say, "Oh,
that's how it works." Yeah,
believe all victims unless they're men.
And the media probably wanted some Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation out of that, and that would actually be even worse than just settling out of court. Anyway.
That plus this came right after Shannon was up for the $100 million contract.
Yeah,
it came out. Yeah. That's me. You knew they was sitting there. You knew they was sitting right there, and people were just waiting for the shit to come up. And now it's the same too. People and people don't understand what I mean. Like, a lot of times they have information on you, right? It's collected. They're waiting for you to do something that they could get you fired or get you, into a compromising position where now you remember when you, look at your resume. And then they go on your social media. Remember the time you went out with that one woman and it went left? Boom. Now it's like, okay. Now you no longer have the juice or the power. Yeah.
And like, we're all also at one of these positions now where, maybe if you're in that position and you just want to smash an OnlyFans chick, if you're rich enough, and even though they say they consent to whatever you do, whatever that happens, they can just sue you afterwards and say that they didn't consent and lie. And it's just, And then women wonder why dudes don't approach him. Like, I think this lady went viral earlier this week saying, like, where did all the good men go? Why don't men approach women? It's just like I don't know if women are it's like that thing where like I think they know the answer, but they're just saying it to just get like just that's actual engagement farming, you know?
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I don't know if you saw this video where this lady went viral because she was like out at night wearing this, and she was like, "Where's all the fucking men at now?" It's like Morgan Freeman got in trouble because he called a woman beautiful.
Yeah,
and women wonder why they don't get approached anymore.
Because she didn't want. She did want. It was. I forgot the reason why she said it was some bullshit. You gotta realize where the men
Henry Cavill too. Henry Cavill, the guy who played Superman, was like, "Yeah, I don't know about approaching one woman anymore." And he went mega for that. I remember. I forgot his exact quotes he said, but he basically worded it in a way where it's like, "Yeah, you even say anything wrong to a girl, you could just get me too." And it's like, thank God that movement's over. What a cancerous thing to society that was.
The issue is the intention was right, but we knew you knew something like that's gonna get corrupted. Because how do you corrupt something like that? You throw in fake allegation. You got people who actually did get Me Too, who probably did go to the law enforcement, but a lot of times shit gets thrown away because there's either no proof. Yeah. Or the person that did it was, or is the individual that has the power to, make that shit disappear. And that's the sad part. It's like a lot of times, but then there were some cases where you're like, wait a second, okay, now you start realizing, okay, what's the actual definition of sexual abuse or sexual assault, sexual harassment?
Yeah,
because like saying, "Oh, you look good in that dress," might be borderline, but it's like, "Oh, that dress looks good on you. That's a nice looking dress." Oh, that's sexual harassment. I was like, "He said it was a nice looking dress. He didn't say you got a fat ass." I was like, "Wait, what?" It's like, and then you guys like, "Oh, I got sexually harassed," and then he's like, "The guy said your hair looks nice today. You consider that sexual?" See, that was the issue too. Too many people. Anytime
I found the Henry Cavill Me Too quotes in 2018. Yeah. In July 2018, Henry Cavill, while promoting Mission Impossible Fallout, made comments about the hashtag Me Too movement that were wildly criticized. He expressed concerns about dating and pursuing women due to fear of being wrongly accused, stating he felt scared to date women for fear of being called a grapist. He also mentioned that the rules made it difficult to woo and chase women, suggesting he felt restricted by the movement. These remarks sparked backlash, while with many criticizing his perspective as out of touch and insensitive. Probably a bunch of gay male feminist dudes said that. Cavill later apologized for it. Of course he did, because he's a fucking cuck. Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, see, you can't call him a cuck because you have to. If you don't, you get I hate when people
to be fair, he didn't stand by his words. What he said is true, though. Like, we all know what
he's saying. But the thing is, you have to apologize for taking out of the issue with Hollywood is you can't say anything unless you have the power to not be able to get blackballed. Most actors don't have the power to get blackballed. You get blackballed, you're done.
Also, it's so weird. I don't know if Henry Cavill, he might be out of touch with one thing. Dude, you're Henry Cavill. You walk anywhere. Let's just say you walk into a bar. You'll have a bunch of women will want to sleep with you. You're Henry Cavill. I get what he's saying, but he's also Henry Cavill. He's on a different stratosphere than most of us average dudes like me and you. Me and you walk into a bar, ain't no bitches trying to fuck us. He walks into a bar, all them girls. Can I get a picture? Oh, can I grab your big cock, Superman?
Exactly. But if you choose the wrong woman, if you choose the best looking woman, and he doesn't satisfy her, she might turn around and be like, "Oh, he harassed me."
Former Superman actor Grape Me. Like, fucking hell.
Exactly. That's the issue too. Should he stand on the words? Yes, but you're in Hollywood. You can't. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
That's the issue. That's
2018, after 2 years after Trump got elected. Oh Lord, I remember.
Yeah, that's the
interesting time period that was.
You can't stand on anything in Hollywood because Hollywood's fake. And this Me Too movement turned out to be fake. it was like think of it like 2% of it was actually real.
Mm-hmm.
People who actually got abused. 98% of it was bullshit. Like you saw that old ugly black bitch
I remember her.
who created Black Lives Matter said she got
Mm-hmm.
sexually assaulted or sexually harassed. Like by who? Who? So the motherfucker say, "Oh,
it reminds me of that bitch I had to deal with yesterday." So if you guys don't know, there are these crackheads outside next to my literal neighbor's car. They came over arguing with another crackhead bitch, and she was like talking about the other girl being pregnant, and I literally told her straight to her face. I swear to God, I'm like, bitch, ain't no one piping you down. What? No one touching you unless you got a bag over your head. That's how they're doing it. Yeah. I didn't say that because there was a shirtless black guy next to her. Look, he was on some fucking meth or crack. I was like, ain't no one piping you down. Cavill later apologized for his comments, acknowledging that his words could be perceived as harmful.
See, that's the part that makes it like no.
I mean, I remember this blowing up. I remember he wasn't wrong. I mean, what he said is
he wasn't wrong. It was if you're gonna walk it back a little bit, you say no. It's true. I feel like I can't date anyone. You gotta walk back. You don't walk it back too far. You don't walk. You gotta walk it back a little bit. Like no, I apologize for anybody who took it out of context. But honestly, it's like dating is hard for most men. And the thing is too at that point. You know you're Henry Cavill, but the thing is, too, he's also a little nerdy. That's mean we know Henry Cavill's a nerd, but he's handsome. That's mean you're as long as half the time you ain't gotta say shit. Just walk up and say, "Oh, hey, how you doing? You look good tonight." Boom, motherfucking girls' panties is off. Like most of these girls are sluts anyway.
Yeah, and keep in mind if Henry Cavill goes into a Walmart, a Target, a bar, a beach. Girls are gonna throw themselves at him. He's never have to worry about any girls in general. Like if we're going by, I would say that would apply to like the most average dude. Do I think it's calmed down a little bit? Yeah. It's not actually as bad as it once was, but this was happened. This lady went viral, and this lady had said, I think this was the account that posted the video, said, "Why are so few young men approaching girls now? Massive shit underway, where you have 8 to 9s yearning to be chatted up. They get dressed up to go out, but all for nothing." Okay, I don't know what she said.
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Oh my god.
He's not bad looking too.
Buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
This lady looks fucking fantastic, honestly. I would say I would. Well, we would be talking. But the thing is, like, a lot of guys are intimidated by women like this, and it's usually just because they perceive to be so beautiful that they just can't have a shot. But contrary to popular belief, and this is generally half and half, give or take your life experience, I'll say, a lot of these pretty women are actually single. Most guys just perceive and assume they're taken because they're attractive. Now, most of the time, I would say it's 60-40. I think I'll say 70-30. Nah, I'll say
you gotta read the room a lot of times. You gotta look. Like,
and keep in mind, a girl like this would easily lie to a dude saying she has a boyfriend and she doesn't. I'm not saying a person like this wouldn't do that. I'll say 80% of attractive women like this are taken, but
or vice versa.
That aren't.
Or vice versa, she'll have a boyfriend say she doesn't have a boyfriend. You know, it doesn't happen to me where I became.
Oh, they're for sure lying. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, man, you know, every time that happened to me where I became a motherfucking side dude. I was a girl.
That thing you just brought up here. 45% of men of the years of 18 to 25 years old have never approached a girl. That's insane. That is insane.
I'm not surprised.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Now scrolling down on these threads, you'll see some dicks.
Yeah,
like someone said she looked like she's 30. As long as she's not been ran through, we don't know who that really is.
She got kids. Like a lot of times, like
who knows?
Most men don't.
She might be one of those white women that are like, no, I don't have any kids. I'm single. You only live once.
I realize from a lot of guys from where I'm from, they don't care if their women has kids. Like it's weird. It's weird. Down south, men want you to have kids, but not be ran through because if you have kids, it shows that you're not, you know what, Transformers. Up here, it's almost the same,
Right.
They black guys would prefer you to have kids, but not be reared through. White dudes would prefer not you to have kids, but they don't care if you're reared through. It's weird. It's like some don't care if you have kids. Like it literally comes out to do they like the woman? It's
Right.
like and
also it's another thing that I don't think we've ever brought up, which is like the average guy that would be with a woman like that doesn't really see themselves as having a lot of options. So even if they didn't want a woman with kids, they end up with a woman with kids because they don't they're not in the pick of the litter for it to be chosen, you know? So they're kind of like, it's that old saying back in the day called slim pickings, actually.
Yeah.
They got slim pickings. So you may not want a girl with kids, but if fucking hell, that's the only girl you have available to you, you're going to be like, fuck it, you know?
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty much that. There's another thing we have to go over, which is Caitlin Clark. She's good Lord, such a progressive moron most of the times. Like last year, she made those comments about the black women in the league who are completely just being awful to her. I don't know why she would say those things at all. I would just say no comment because she might actually be injured in her groin area because she was getting assaulted by these people. But yeah, Caitlin, just defend them.
That too plus the way she plays, she's gonna get injured a lot. Like that's the issue. She's gonna get injured a lot because the way she plays where her body, she uses most of her body. The issue with Caitlin Clark is she's trying to be cordial with people that don't like her. If I'm Caitlin Clark, I leave the WNBA and let it just burn to the ground.
That'd be the more logical thing. But
yeah,
I don't think she thinks that she could have a brand or identity outside of this.
Her brand is low key tied to the WNBA. And the WNBA doesn't. I think the WNBA was fine with it being this low level piece of shit, and then motherfuckers were always complaining about, but where's my what the fuck were they always complaining about? They was always complaining about where like we want the same level of money as the men. 50%. Yeah, that's too fucking much.
So if you guys don't know what happened so I would prefer if this all-star shit happened like when the season's over, because I just don't fuck with all-stars in the middle of the season.
You know the crazy part about it is, and this time I know both baseball and women in WNBA like had no buzz. Did you know that the baseball all-star games happened this week?
I did not.
It was just, if you weren't living on ESPN, you wouldn't know that it was like
slept. And the only reason why this one blew up was because they were wearing these shirts. That's it.
Yeah.
And like,
that plus Caitlin Clark wasn't going to be at the wasn't going to play.
She's injured again. She might be out for the whole season, which would be tragic for the Indiana Fever. Good Lord.
Yeah.
But they brought her back because for people who don't know, Caitlin Clark started out strong. She had an injury. As you guys know, she was out. The tickets dropped. Viewership dropped. Then she came back. Now, she came back, I think, a week or two earlier than the doctor said. And then the Fever kept playing her, even though the Fever played her at least 2 weeks prior to when she was going to be fully healed. She was playing against another team. She was going off on this ref. And then in that same game, when she made a pass to one of her teammates, she was rubbing the other leg, not the one where she was having a problem before, the other leg. She was rubbing in. She was crying and she was just basically melting down because it looks like the injuries are popping up again. And she may be out for the entire season. But she was nominated to be the player to have a team named after her, even though it was clearly evident that the women in the WNBA were trying to rank her lower than everyone. Remember, there was a stat that came out that she was best in everything, and then every other girl ranked her like 19th, like some stupid shit like that. But it was revealed she wasn't going to be playing an all-star weekend. I'll be honest here, I don't like any traditional sports having an all-star weekend in the middle of the season. for anything because I don't know. There's just no. I think it's better to have these when the season's over, when there's nothing to play for, and it's just super fun. Because trying to basically make this matter in the middle of the season just doesn't work, in my opinion. I didn't like it when they did it last year. I don't like it in general. Like the NBA does it a lot. Like, why are we doing an all-star thing in the middle of the season? Like, what's this supposed to mean? Like, why not just do this when the season's over? And have like a kind of a special kind of thing about it. Maybe make it like a 3-day thing. Who knows how they could change these up.
But no one was watching the minute the season over. Yeah, like
that's weird. Yeah,
the NBA is the only
saying,
one.
yeah.
The NFL is the only one, and they used to do it back in the day when the games actually were tackle football. Now the NFL does it, but it's like the NFL does it toward right before they used to do it after the Super Bowl. Now it's right before the Super Bowl with players who are not going to be in the Super Bowl. But now they're playing flag football because players are worth too damn much. They don't want to play actual football. They rather play flag football. It's like the issue is all-star games are just trash because they're glorified games. Like this is the most the WNBA player ever. Like did you see the final score between the two teams? It was 151.
The only thing I saw from this game was this.
It was 151 and 131. That is more points in one game than two WNBA games. Like if the WNBA scored 151 points, then the NBA is going to score 300 points next season in the NBA game. Because you got to realize no one plays fucking defense. I mean, no one plays defense in WNBA. If they play defense, it's just them smacking the shit out of the other person and just beating the hell out of them. It's like you gotta realize with the WNBA. So this is
what also happened during this All-Star weekend was basically the WNBA players showed up to All-Star warm-ups and pay us what you owe us shirts. This was posted by Fearbuck and a lot of other people. Now, for those of you guys who don't know this, the WNBA is subsidized by the NBA. The NBA loses not just $1 million hosting this ass of a second league. They lose multiple millions of dollars a year subsidizing this terrible league. So what that means in business terms, because Chaz knows business too as well as I do. Subsidizing means I have to come up out of subsidizing would basically mean in this terminology, I have all this money and I put all this money into the second product, hoping that it becomes sustainable and profitable. That means I am subsidizing this other league in hopes that it becomes profitable and sustainable and it grows year in and year out like the NBA would want to. But this is the kicker. A lot of people don't know. Nobody really gives a fuck about women's basketball. You know what's crazy? Other women's sports do better than this one. Women's soccer does better. Women's baseball, you brought up, has better ratings.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is no one gives a fuck about those either.
The reason why that's even more better. No one gives about those, and even those do better with ratings than this dog shit. This is horrible.
And the thing about those two is women's soccer. They know
softball does better than this.
Oh no, the softball one used to do better. It was more popular than basketball at one point. Basketball's peak era in not money but in popularity was from the year
said the
started.
Kelsey Plum era. You said
no. The Kelsey Plum era was supposed to be the revitalization. The WNBA started in 1997, that's when his first game. 97 to 0304. That was the peak era. That was the era where they were on NBA. This is when the NBA was still on NBC. They were at NBC, and then they went over to the ABC. They were getting ratings, and then a couple years later, the team weren't as good. A lot of the older players from the '96 Olympic team retired, 2000 team retired. A lot of these women that started the game in the beginning were in their mid to late 30s because there was no WNBA before. That's me. Yep. The only time they played basketball professionally was once you get out of college, you go to whatever job you have, and then you take time off during the year, during the 4 years, to play in the Olympics. That was it. Like, technically this is so accurate. Before we get into this,
you're fine. Yeah.
with Kelsey Plum, like you brought up, Kelsey Plum, and this is why Kelsey Plum, unless to Sabrina Nescu, is Sabrina Nescu, congrats, she just got married. She's a lot happier now. She's gonna be less talking about political stuff. And she's not really political anyway. She'll wear a t-shirt, but a lot of times people just wear a t-shirt just to fit in.
Yeah.
Kelsey Plum was married to Darren Waller. She's one of the white girls that loves black dudes to ride or die, all that. She was supposed to be the Caitlin Clark. Had all this hype coming out of college. Was that in college where she was like the best person? Usually, if the best player on the team was usually a white girl, like Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Plum and Sabrina Nescu, it was a lot harder because your team was built around that. That's mean you don't have a lot of these teams have these tall black women that would just rebound. Like Angel Reese, the reason why I said, it's her and Angel Reese. No, Caitlin Clark was the best player on her team. Angel Reese was the fourth best player on her team. She wasn't even guarding Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark was the one that had all the bravado, and Angel Reese just decided to copy her because we're beating them. But yeah, that's what happens when a team's better than one player. 5 is better than 1. Mm-hmm. If you have the better team, you should beat the better player, unless the better player.
That's a better player is straight up like fucking Kobe Bryant on the Lakers.
Kobe Bryant or Michael freaking Jordan. It's like,
yeah,
Caitlin Clark was great, but the thing is, if you score 50 points and the rest of your team only scores 25, and you're passing them the ball and they're missing. Because no offense, Iowa was a good team, but they had one great player and a bunch of players that were not making it in the league. That was UConn for a couple years. That's why they didn't win anything. Once they started getting people that were great, and that was the thing. Angel Reese when Angel Reese wasn't even no one gave a fuck about Angel Reese until that national championship game. She was you were the fourth best player on your team. And that's the thing about it you realize. Kelsey.
Also, for being honest, anytime she plays, she's just, a lot of people know what the word objectively is. I don't know how you would like her as a person. She's an absolute garbage person. She objectively is worse at the game. Just run up to player to player. She's objectively straight up worse in every category.
At her position, I would take Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Plum is, I'm not going to say she's jealous. I don't even know if she's envious. She's probably envious because Caitlin Clark is getting all the hype that Kelsey Plum was originally getting. But then Kelsey Plum.
Also, to be fair, Kelsey Plum was in a different era. Caitlin Clark blew up because we also have the internet now, and it's a lot more advanced than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark were competing in this era together at the same time. That'd be a pretty good rivalry.
Technically, they still are. It's the age. Yeah. No, Kelsey Plum was actually more in the internet era because this is pre-COVID. That's mean more people were watching the game, on TV, not in the seats. But it was like she had all this hype come out of college. Same thing as Caitlin Clark. The issue is she didn't look good. She was on the bench. Caitlin Clark was starting game 1. Kelsey Plum was the backup point guard for the first 2 seasons. That's the issue. That's the issue people tend to forget. Kelsey Plum was the backup. She came out of college with all this hype, went to a stacked team and got benched. She got benched for 2 seasons. That's why when people want to compare Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark came right out of college.
Also, people got to factor in it could just be this wrong place, wrong time, or just this is how that
wrong place, wrong time, wrong team. But it's like, no, what it was is
Myron also pointed this out that the WNBA loses this much money. Technically, the WNBA is negative $50 million this year. So $50 million, 153 players equals $326,797 per player. They need to pay what they owe. That is true. Because keep in mind, this women's league is subsidized by the men. Okay, so when they're saying pay us what you owe, it's like, wait a minute, whoa. You owe them money. This is why women's logic makes no sense. If I don't know if they actually, even Caitlin Clark, she's fucking retarded too. I don't know if she knows this too. You do not have this without them paying for it. So how about you take your paycheck and you give it to them? You don't have a league without it. It literally just doesn't exist. Straight up, the NBA at some point, they'll never do this. In a perfect world, they should, because this is good business-wise. They could just say, no more of this league ever again. They could straight up just get rid of it if they want to. Imagine you probably can't because legalities and everything.
That too, plus you got the wrong.
You could just heavily shrink it.
Plus,
they could straight up just shrink the league. You could make it straight up like 8 teams if you wanted to.
I'm gonna tell you this: if they did have Adam Silver as a commissioner,
because he's a fucking
the
NBA.
Oh my god, he's so yeah. If they had
remember that interview where he was like, well, why? Because someone asked him, why don't people care about the NBA finals as much as the Super Bowl? Because the Super Bowl in the NBA finals should be the biggest sports events of the year. But as you guys know, the Super Bowl has kind of always been the more attractive event.
It's one game, winner takes all.
But the NBA finals used to be the biggest thing to look forward to.
But you took you see the court. The court, if you saw the court
wasn't even designed different. It looked like some basic motherfucker court. This is the finals. They don't even show the trophy. They don't even show the trophy between like the casters and stuff.
Yeah, like Game 7. If you look at Game 7 looked like another game. There's no Game 7. No. I know the decal makes the floor a little slippery. I call bullshit on that, but it's you look at it. Players are getting injured more. Because you got to realize this is, if people don't understand why the players are getting injured more, you're running more. When you run and walk more, you put more pressure on your legs and more likely to get snapped. If you ever get a lower leg injury or a quad, if you get an ankle tightness or like quad, if you get like a quad tightness or you get anything that says it doesn't, because the thing is too, like they pressured Tyrese Halliburton to play it. He had tightness.
Same thing with the
fever.
Tightness,
You know tightness means, right? That means your muscles are pulled to the max. Any wrong move and they snap. So if
people don't remember from the 2025 NBA season when it came to the playoffs, the reason why a lot of people were shocked that the Pacers were doing well is because Tyrese Halliburton was actually supposed to not even play a good majority of the playoff games. But when he came in and started doing well, a lot of people were like, damn, this guy's pretty fucking good. And keep in mind, he wasn't really like good initially.
This is what they do. Game 2 is when he pulled it. He pulled it Game 2. He should have thought out. You don't want to sit him going into Indiana, but you got to set him out. You're tied 1-1. That's you can 4 lose 2 games to come back. You got to sit him down.
Because what you're bringing up is what a lot of people aren't going to understand. It's like if you run the risk of doing that, which they did, then you run the risk of his Achilles heel blowing out in the final game.
And then they damn near got blown out. Oh, it was close to the front half. They were up. Okay, and GenG was down. GenG was down 2-0 to Hollow Life and reverse swept him. Like, okay, it don't matter. It don't matter how you start. It matters how you fucking finish. And Indiana did not finish on top.
That was the Pacers' fault. The Pacers knew the risk of playing him in more games because he was injured.
They ruined their next season for this season. And as a fan, and all these people say, "Oh, I would have went out there." Yeah, guess what? You don't got a fucking championship. And it's like you were never the best player on your fucking team. Smart players, though, sometimes this ain't your year. You gotta let that shit heal up and go back out next year. If you know you could get there once, you know you can get there again. It's the whole thing about getting to the finals. If you know you can get to the finals and you lose, you know you can get back to the finals again next year. Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool.
It's just so weird that you have these disrespectful women putting on shirts like that, and like the WNBA has been horrible with marketing on Twitter. I mean, literally the first game of the season, Indiana Fever versus the Chicago team that Angel Reese is on.
Chicago Sky, yeah.
Fucking hell. They were talking, the actual WNBA Twitter account was talking about banning fans because they booed Angel Reese. What? Kicking people out because they booed another player.
Booed? You're
because they made her, oh God,
they
made her cry. Fuck Angel Reese. She is trash. Fuck
But
her.
then you out here saying, "Oh, I got more money than you." Okay, and the fuck that got to do with anything?
And Angel Reese wants people to respect her. Literally, they showed videos of this girl getting twerked on by that whatever that other ugly black bitch was. I don't know what that thing was. And you want me to respect this lady, and she's out here shaking ass on Instagram videos. Get the fuck out of here.
And then the crazy part about she's talking about, oh, $80,000 not enough for me, bitch.
$80,000.
You bitch, you play basketball and you got sponsors. You get paid $80,000 to play basketball. Oh, but I want to get paid like the men. First of all, the men league.
Several things to that. First of all, she's not as good as the men. That's just point. That's just
you're not better than the 13th player on the.
I can guarantee. Here, let me bring up the NBA team real quickly.
I tell you right now, if Bronny James put on the Wings, that motherfucker scored 50 a game.
NBA playoff meet. Let me look up right now. What's the Florida team? The Magic team, Orlando Magic. Take Orlando.
No. Fuck all that. No, the Utah Jazz. They were the worst team last year. Take the Utah Jazz.
Who ain't shit though?
Take the worst team. No, fuck all that. Years ago. Brittany Griner said I could beat Boogie Cousins right now. Boogie Cousins had a torn ACL and a torn Achilles. Guess what? Boogie Cousins went out there and did. With one leg, beat Brittany Griner in a best to 11 contest. She only scored 1 point. How's your best player, Brittany Griner, at the time, lose to a player with one leg? You said, "Oh, I can beat him right now." You lost to Boogie Cousins with one fucking leg. He tore Achilles, and I think he had an ACL sprain or tear. How the fuck you say you're the best player in the WNBA? You get cooked by dude. Oh, but he's an NBA player.
There was this college kid about. He destroyed that NBA player. She was talking mad shit. I think it went like she was talking mad shit about this guy on Twitter. He was like basically like pull up. Yep. He pulled up and he just completely mopped the floor with her.
Fucking smoked her.
This is a one-on-one. It's not like you could have bullshit like, "Oh, my team."
And then crazy thing is he tried to hit on her after, like, "Yeah, what's up? You want to go out?" She was like, losers. And then she was trying to ego check her. I was like, "You the one that called me out. Like I called you out. I was just chilling. You talking about I could beat you?" I was like,
I'll say this right now. Take the worst player on the Orlando Magic, put them on the Chicago on Angel Reese's team. That team is probably going to be like at least first.
Fuck all that. Put Bronny James on the Chicago guy. The motherfuckers go to the finals.
If Bronny James was in, I'm not kidding you guys. I know Bronny James. People watch the NBA league right now where he's on that Lakers team. He stinks. He sucks ass. But if he was on the WNBA right now, he'd literally be the best player. He'd be literally Michael Jordan's legacy in the WNBA right now. I'm not kidding you.
He'd be the best defensive player. Not even close.
He would literally be straight up God in that league.
That motherfucker would just block shot, duck it. And then
they would actually probably call him Black Jesus if he was straight up in that league.
Yeah, and then exactly. It's like like I said.
Speaking of Lakers, we are opening up playing the Suns on October 3rd. So good lord.
Oh, in the preseason.
Oh yeah. So when does the actual season start? 'Cause I hate watching preseason games.
October. It's like October 20th. It's like mid-October.
Let's see.
Unless they move the season up, I have no idea. They might have moved the season up because I know players don't want to play preseason anymore. People just want to get to that.
I hate preseason games, man. I think there's.
I don't mind.
I just watch it. I
don't mind preseason games because you need time to warm up. The issue is no one wants to play them. It's like, all right, cool. It's like NFL doesn't need them anymore. You need them. You need the preseason games is to.
You should have maybe 1 or 2 preseason games. You need like 4, don't they?
The issue is this: the NBA has the summer league to figure out which players they want to bring on for the preseason to figure out what players they want to keep before they cut them. But the thing is, by the time you get to preseason, you already know which players you're keeping. You already got your set of 10 or 12, and then you got your last 3. Like the ones that are going to be like inactive for about 80% of the season.
Wizards. You said place the worst player in the Washington Wizards in the WNBA. Who's the worst player on the Wizards? Take Tristan Vucic. Put him on that.
Yeah. I was about to say I'll put Tristan Thompson, but then again, he probably try to fuck all the white girls stuff, man, I would put Tristan Thompson. He be trying to flirt with the girls and all
Like,
that.
I don't get it from these ladies. Like, and Caitlin Clark
It-
doesn't do herself any favors because these women don't give a. Caitlin Clark putting on that shirt makes no sense because the only person that could ever make that argument is her.
Yeah,
That means that's one out of like how many people?
her and Sabrina, that's good. Only two. Kelsey Plum, because you gotta realize Kelsey Plum did not come to the league starting. That's what people forgot. She was, I think she was on the San Antonio Stars before they went to Las Vegas Aces. They weren't always in Las Vegas. They were in San Antonio, and then they left because the market kind of dried up because the market only cares about the Spurs like they should. And then the Aces, we're the first team to be in Las Vegas was a women's team. All right, cool.
Jesus Christ.
Guess what? It's like, all right, cool. It's like, you want a fucking cookie? Like, what the fuck? It's one of those things where it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, like when people say those things, it's like, congrats, you beat a women's basketball team. I don't know how that's supposed to be a good accomplishment of anything, honestly.
Congrats. It was like, congrats, Brittany Griner. You scored 1 point on a guy with one leg. It's like, you talk shit to him, and then this nigga scored 11 points he had a broken fucking leg. He had a torn Achilles and beat you in a one-on-one basketball with one leg.
Okay.
This is why the argument
preseason for NBA this year starts October 3rd through the 17th.
Yeah, okay.
Bullshit.
2 weeks. It's just 2 weeks of
2 weeks, 4 games of
because you gotta get the players
worthlessness.
Yep, and then when does the season
I would imagine
it's the 23rd, 24th, right? It starts the week after.
October. So October 17th is Friday. So the actual season probably starts on the 24th.
Or
31st.
No, not 24th. I would probably say the 21st, 22nd.
Yeah, so it's going to start at least the third week of October, at least.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, Kelsey Plum was kind of like apparently Team Clark with the t-shirt only wore to try to fit in. It was because it was like, it was mostly Team Collier, the other team, that wanted to wear the t-shirts. But we all agreed everyone has to wear the t-shirts. If not,
and then we have this too. So basically, Kelsey Plum was taking questions, and oh my goodness, how unmedia trained these women actually are is just insane.
Sabrina Deskew said the All-Star game would have been more competitive if there was a longer break before the regular season resumes.
They had that last year. Last year, after All-Star, they gave these women at least, I remember, almost a month off. But then the women complained.
That was because of the Olympics.
The Olympics. I remember. Yep, you're right. Yeah.
The Olympics, but then it was like, yeah, and then
they were complaining that the break was too long. You can't win with women. I swear. You can't.
It was like, yeah, because we got the break off, and it was like, all right, cool, because the women were playing in the Olympic, they were going to fucking win. Because the American women, most of them got like the only 3 countries that could compete with European is France, Russia, and one of those Eastern European teams because they got like 2 or 3 women that they're like 7 feet tall. And next year, like in 2028, it's gonna be China because most of the black women are built like fucking dudes. Like some of them look like dudes. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these chicks be looking more like niggas than niggas. Like some of these chicks.
I'll say there's one player in this 2025 NBA Summer Cup or whatever it's called. There's one player named Yuki something.
Watanabe. Yeah.
Absolutely incredible player.
Is.
Why can't the Bulls? You need to put that guy on your team.
Why? Because he's not much taller than you and I.
I wasn't saying that, but
he's like 5'10", 5'11".
I was saying there's no reason to really watch this, but if you ever watch Yuki play, just
he's a great player. If he just had a little bit more height, it's the issue now.
Being short, actually, if that's not going to have any super effectiveness, there's like a few things good short players can do, but that's the problem too. If this man was a little bit taller, this guy would be a freaking nature. This guy would actually be so good. Damn. But Asian and being short, no more iconic duel than that, obviously. I know, guys, Bronny stinks. Ain't nothing changing that.
Yeah.
Remember that brick he threw at the end of that first game?
Oh my god.
Oh, great. Oh god, there's actually way better players than him on this team, and they're like, yeah, man, I hope Bronny gets to be on the main team. That's not happening. If that happens, I'd hang myself right now. Good lord. What? A woman said she deleted her Instagram after becoming a housewife? What the fuck? What the hell? All right. What else ended up happening? WNBA. No, that's pretty much it. All right. So we're gonna go over league stuff. So EWC is over. GenG went again. Went back-to-back international events. What's actually even crazy about this is T1 and GenG have won the majority of international events from the past 2 years now at this point.
Yep, it's mostly Korea. The last non-Korean team to win was JDG MSI 2023.
Yep. T1 won Worlds 2023. Then you have fucking hell.
GenG wins MSI.
And GenG won MSI last year. Then T1
T1
turn around and go, all
was
right, we'll just win the EWC then. All right.
8 Worlds.
Then they win Worlds. Then Humble Life are like,
He-
okay, we're winning first stand.
Yep, they went first. They helps GenG and T1 get to MSI. GenG wins MSI in a 5-game like banger versus T1.
Yeah.
And then now GenG wins EWC barely a week after winning MSI. A week.
What? And what's the Cloud9 excuse now? GenG were jet lagged. We know they were. They played literally to the very last game at MSI against T1. Jet lagged the fuck out. Canyon's brain is so jet lagged. I don't even know if he knows how to play League anymore. Dude's just been. I think at this point he's won so much. I think he's just trying random shit out and seeing if it works.
Now the only thing GenG has to do is win Worlds. That's it.
Damn.
That's the only thing.
You know what's crazy? I was analyzing because I watched the games today. And I was analyzing the way Canyon's played. Even at MSI, you could make the argument Owner and Tarzan played better than him.
Oh yeah.
Canyon has been doing some weird shit. Like he gets leads for his team, but then there's games where he contests objectives he shouldn't be contesting because half his team is dead. And then the casters will be like, oh my god, Canyon just died. Yeah, he only had a support next to him. I'm not saying Canyon's a bad player. It's just that I'm not even saying these are even good things to do in games. This is just blatantly inting. I think he's won so much. He's just trying shit out, knowing his team is good enough to either bail him out of these situations or he just purposefully pushes the pace of the game, hoping shit happens. But we know he's not bad because, well, gapping Skewmond, that Lee Sin game has haunted Skewmond so bad.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't played League the same since. Go watch GenG versus G2 Game 3 MSI 2025, which just happened like a week ago. When he played Lee Sin, Canyon did, and then when Skewmon played Jarvan, that might have been one of the biggest jungle gaps I've seen in quite some time between an Asian jungler and a Western jungler. Right, like Eastern jungler, Western jungler. Just absolutely fisting. The fisting was so bad, I think Skewmon ain't shit right for a week.
Oh yeah.
And we know he. And also, what is with teams giving other teams Varus, Rakan together with Skarner? I saw it happen today. I think like T1 had a comp like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, T1 ended up with a comp like Varus and Skarner together and Rakan. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know how they couldn't win in that position, honestly. So we'll probably go over. Let's go over T1's games. T1. They beat the shit out of MCoy. I don't know why people thought they. I'll be honest here. I do not know why people said this was close. I watched this and I was like, this isn't really close at all, honestly.
Oh,
It actually just feels like T1's just playing with their food in this game.
Oh no, I know
like,
they do.
And I know that kind of can sound like coping. No, I'm saying this is how I know people don't watch games. If you've watched the games, you could clearly tell that T1 are just the better team. Guys, Merwin was losing to Doran really bad. Like, really bad. Like, getting solo killed constantly. Merwin was so fucking hungry, he wanted to go to KFC and rehab and fucking, I don't know, get ass cancer from that fucking place in that country. But, god damn. Jojo Pion was getting beaten by Faker constantly. But people are like, well, Jojo Pion got that one solo kill against him. God, hey, I solo kill you 8 times, you kill me once. Sounds pretty even, right? You bronze-ass fucking Wood Division 5 weirdos out there. What in the... Were you watching the same shit? I don't know if we're watching the same games here. I saw an ass beating happening every single game. The only reason why T1 lost game 2 was because this is the problem that T1 always has, and I always bring it up. T1 always get greedy. They always go for more when they shouldn't. The only reason why they won game 2 was because there was a fight bot lane where they didn't have to go and fight Jinx. They did, and for some reason lost a 2v4. I don't even know. You can tell their brain wasn't even in that play. They literally do not respect these teams. They play so disrespectfully. GenG does too. GenG T1 plays so disrespectfully in front of these Western teams, and these Western teams have the ball and nerve to lie to you guys and go, "Oh, we can beat them. Herder, we can get them, guys." Then you'll watch game 3 of that series, and you will tell me with a straight face, game 3 in that T1 MCOY series, these teams are closing this gap. Tell me with a straight face that G2 is closing the gap against GenG after watching Chovy get a pentakill on Smolder. Gap's closing. Yeah, between MCOY and G2's asshole getting fisted by T1 and GenG's. Yep. Asshole must be closing, right? Nope. No way you will convince me MCOY is as strong as T1 or can compete with them after watching that series, and you tell me that they can. Jojo Pion got slaughtered. He got a solo kill. That's how I know you're bronze. That's how I know your ass ain't climbing in league. What the fuck is wrong with some
motherfuckers want to be optimistic. It was like, hey, I mean, it's like, okay.
El Yoya, I don't know. He's playing league at this point with some of these teams. He's just running and killing himself. Oh, God, just absolutely terrible. All right, so let's just recap the group stage really quickly. So basically, we shitted on Cloud9 a lot last episode. So when does Cloud9 play? Next week. Exactly. So what ended up basically happening was Anyone's Legend played Hanma Life. Hanma Life actually did get a game off Anyone's Legend, but ended up losing. G2 finally beat BLG. No one beats G2 5 times in a row, right?
Nope. If I barbecue with a buck, BLG looked bad the whole goddamn. They just look bad. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, it's just so out of sorts.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if the players have lost faith in each other. Because it feels like just skill-wise, it's still there. You can
skill-wise, BLG should be D2, but you got to realize.
What do you mean, Chesson? What's talking about? You crazy. Don't pay attention to this lady.
What?
Keep going. She's crazy. She's insane. Just keep going. Keep going.
I was like, wait a second. Well, I'm over here trying to talk about league. Yeah, no, you got BLG out of BLG has not looked the same since MSI. I don't know what the hell happened.
BLG beat them so hard. They're like, you know what?
Yeah, it's like, oh, BLG got top 4. Yeah, by default. It was like the only other team that could have got there was FlyQuest, but FlyQuest wasn't good enough to beat any of the Eastern teams because their drafting is horrible. It's like, but they went to 5 games and lost. It's like, it don't matter if I go to 3 games. If I don't win, I don't win. Like, you got to realize that. It was like, T1 beating Koi in 3. Yeah, Koi is one of those teams that play up to their competition or can play down. This was a complete stop. GenG versus FlyQuest was a complete stop. Talking about FlyQuest is closing the distance. Yeah, GenG just opened the door and just GenG was Uncle Phil and Fly was Jazz. Tossed them right the fuck out. GenG like you know what I'm saying? GenG,
so my thing with this series proves that last series they played at Worlds was just Fly playing a little bit better that day than GenG. Just a little bit. Yeah. And that still wasn't enough for them to win. This series proves, there's not really. And keep in mind that people talk as if like that's the same GenG team. To be fair, it kind of is. It's just the bot lane's different this time around. Yeah. This is still the same GenG with an added bot lane, right? And FlyQuest is so weird to talk about because Bwipo seems to think he can take on Asian top laners. Wasn't this guy getting asked? I don't know if this guy's retarded. I don't know if this guy's remedial, slow as fuck. I don't know if his brain works anymore. But he thinks he can take on the Asian Eastern top laners. Whenever he does, it always just I know he's losing. last year against Zeus, he got a solo kill because of the lane swap that FlyQuest knew how to do better than T1. Then immediately played Zach and then launched himself into Zeus, killed himself, and gave the whole game over. We just forget that happened last year too. Every game this guy plays against an Eastern top laner, he's just down in CS, down in pressure. You know, like, I don't know why this guy thinks he can take on these guys. It's obviously that it's just a skill gap, in my opinion. Quad is the best mid laner in the LTA, but then Quad gets gapped by Zeka, Faker. Faker just could be running it down into oblivion. He's still better than Quad. Chovy could just be playing loosey-goosey with his fucking pussy. Okay. Faker, Chovy could be just playing loose as fuck. Doesn't even care where he's ulting. Still better than Quad.
I'm going to tell you why it's different. Because GenG knew this was what a done year out. They took this a little bit more seriously because they knew they lose their done. And I think GenG...
They know losing to NA is a little bit... Losing to China would get the fans very mad, but who
the only team GenG could have lost to, and no one would have been mad. They would have been sad, but not bad. Is T1. Every other team you can't lose to. Maybe Hawa, but Hawa
like I know if they lose to China, oh god, they get flamed up the ass. But what do you guys think is worse, losing to China and getting flamed, or losing to NA?
No, losing to anyone's legend. Yes. BLG has looked like garbage for the last month. Like, the only two teams they could have lost to was anyone legend and T1. And any other team, if they beat GenG, it's a fucking riot. It's a riot.
Yeah. And there's no way Korean fans would be so upset, so mad if they lost to FlyQuest. Especially that, especially with like the showing FlyQuest show. Like Quad, I'd say Quad and Quid are the best mid laners in the LTA. I don't count Loki. He's just fourth by default, maybe third by default. God damn, that's sad to say. Holy motherfuck. Quad, the reason why Quad wasn't in the LCK, guys, is because he is objectively worse than the players that are better than him. Karis was considered a mid-tier LCK mid laner, went over to the LPL, and he started clapping motherfuckers. And Quad is worse than Karis.
Yeah.
But Quad, against these kind of players, will clap people in the LTA. He's best mid laner by far. You got to give him credit. He's very good. If he's playing against worse people than him. If he's playing against people that are just on his skill level, like Faker, Zeka, Chovy, BDD, Showmaker, if he plays against any of those guys, he definitely struggles. He struggled against Shanks. He struggled against Knight. Like, any mid laner better than him, he struggles against, right? So he can beat every mid laner he's supposed to beat, but anyone better, he's just kind of gonna just be very middling. Masu has been running it down. What? I thought this guy was the next coming of Jesus. I thought this guy was supposed to be Hans Sama. If everyone's saying he's the next Hans Sama, man, he's gonna be really good. He's been running it down every international event he's been at. And Core versus T1, we already went over that one. I don't think T1 was ever in any danger of losing that series, in my opinion. T1 lost against anyone's legend. GenG ended up beating G2. That means there's a third place match this year. Like, because last year there wasn't a third place match because they were like more viewer. Because I told people, even the third place match, you actually need one because there's specific prize money for third and fourth. So you actually technically need one by prize money rules, actually. Third place match, G2 versus T1. The G2 Twitter account is like, oh, this is the rivalry. You've not beaten them since 2019. It's 2025 now.
I mean, it's competitive. I could call it a rivalry, but it's one-sided.
It's a pretty one-sided rivalry we got here. And T1 completely slaughtered. I'm not lying. T1 straight up slaughtered them. If anyone thought that was close, I'm literally not taking your opinion seriously on League. There's absolutely no way. Yeah, but Doran went 0-5 in game 2. Yeah, because they literally camped his lane for the entirety of the game and still lost.
Yeah, they camped his lane, but they lost by and then
Doran was still more impactful than Broken Blade. He got camped from minute 1.
Yeah.
How's that even possible? And T1 in this series showed why they need to work on that. There's a moment in this series, it wouldn't matter because they were going to lose it at all. They get the Baron or Otacon, and then they go and fight G2 4v5, that's T1's problem. It's not really like player skill. It's more like decision making that really screws them over. Why are they taking 4v5s, half health, no ults, no summoner spells? Just logically, you could probably chalk it up to disrespect. They think they're so good that they can win a 4v5. That's something that needs to be fixed with T1. If T1 want to win Worlds this year, that needs to be fixed, because looking how the LCK and LPL are going right now, the teams can punish that if you aggressively keep doing that. I mean, GenG gets punished doing that. T1 are definitely going to get punished doing that. The only reason why that doesn't get punished by G2 is because they're not good enough to do it. Imagine this. T1 took fights that were completely awful in every sense of imagination and still won them. Minus one of them.
You know why? Because
G2 is just worse. That's just why.
That too. Brock Blade was far behind.
He was, yeah.
Cuba didn't have an optimal build. Cat was Cat. LeBron play with LeBron. That's it. G2 is who we thought they were. And they got 4th place. Like they should.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad place because they did play well enough.
They beat BLG. That's me. They prevented an all top 4 Easter team. They beat the weakest Easter
LPL
team.
representative. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
No, I'll say the
LPL
weakest
representative here.
No, I'll say the weakest Easter team. I think Howell is better than BLG.
You're right. So the BLG would be the weakest Eastern team here. Right?
Definitely the weakest LPL representative. But we're gonna talk about the LPL.
LPL is a one-team region. Holy fucking shit!
Yes. My God,
that region just looks. How the mighty have fallen. Holy mother of God.
Yep.
Absolute trash. It's horrible watching that league now, but I still watch it because that's better than watching LTA. I'll tell you that right now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But and this kind of boils down T1, a team that people said would do objectively worse with Doran, that they still have never finished anything below top 3. They were 1 game away from winning another international event. It's still, I mean, T1 is the West's daddy right now.
Yep.
Are you going to tell me that MCoy can get a game off T1, but G2 can't?
Yeah.
Like, MCoy won a game.
I would say T1 was playing recklessly.
Also, to be fair, T1 should have even lost that game. They literally
but also T1 played recklessly against anyone's legend. That's why they lost 2-8. They were reckless with the draft. They got punched. Because easily, if T1 actually would have drafted better, this might have been 2-1 T1 and then T1.
I don't even think it's draft. I think it's just player decisions. The player decisions need to be a lot more sharper. I think our drafts have been objectively fine for the most part, minus a few of them here.
But that plays into the player decision because you don't draft optimal champions. You're playing champions that you're like, maybe you should go with this guy. Maybe with this guy. Sometimes,
right?
Okay, this champion might not fit into this comp, and anyone's legend just played better that day.
And it was not a bad team. I don't think there's no harm in losing to a team like that. They're a good team. They should be respected. They're obviously a strong team.
They're the only LPL team I would say is a threat.
They went 5 games against GenG. They went 5 games against T1.
They've been reverse swept them.
But I always tell you guys this: who do you not take in finals? Tarzan. Another finals loss. Man, is I think 1 in 8 finals. I don't take Tarzan in finals. I don't know who picked him in finals, but I know I don't. GenG, anyone's legend finals.
Especially that game 5. My God, that game 5 was
my problem with the series overall. So I think the reason why GenG look bad in most games is because Canyon just is either blatantly inting because his brain's off and he can't see shit because his eyes are small as fuck,
or
go ahead.
Or the champion, or no, matter of fact, finish your statement.
Right.
Cause my main thing with K is it said what he gave 4. He didn't build it optimally. He could have built it a little tankier.
Optimally. That gray screen, he couldn't stay off a gray screen.
Yeah, God damn.
God.
And he was trying to make plays when they were even. It was like you were even.
That last fight where he was shredded through so quickly on a level 18
Yeah.
Sejuani. I was like, might be the most squishiest level 18 Sejuani I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm not trying to blame because he is good. The problem with Canyon is that he puts his team in very, very bad spots where, like, game 1 and 2, you're like, all right, let's probably just be a 3-0. Let's just get it over with, honestly.
That's why I thought you out there. Okay, 3-0, go back to sleep. Nope.
And then Hope made playing Sivir look balanced, but then I got to realize it's an Asian player playing Sivir and not a Western player playing Sivir.
Yep.
Hansama playing Sivir versus Hope playing Sivir is two different things, obviously.
The issue with Sivir has to be paired with a third support.
And then GenG picked Corki and Nautilus in that game, and the bot lane for that one was Sivir and Rel. It's like, yeah, the Sivir will probably be a bit better than that later on. And then game 4 was game 4 was very, very back and close, minus Kenyon's inting. So you're thinking, like, if Kenyon straight up just doesn't int, is this... You're thinking back in your head, if Kenyon just doesn't int, they win, right? Because the only reason why they're losing is because he's actually just straight up throwing. And then they win game 5. Chovy picked Twisted Fate, and I was like, I hate Twisted Fate. I hate watching that champion. It's so boring. But Ruler ends up popping up. I'll say this, Ruler and Duro as a bot lane got way stronger after Winter, and they look very, very good. GenG has not lost a series since losing the LCK 2025 Cup. So at some point, I'd imagine in this regular season coming up, they're going to lose. What if they do a 36-0 regular season in best of threes? That would be insane.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to happen. There's no way it's going to happen. But let's just say they lose one. Let's say they lose to like T1 or Homolife in just a best of 3. And they go like
or random
17-1.
DK pops off that one random time.
There's a good chance this team could go 35-1 in best of 3s, not best of 1s. That would be insane. But yes, EWC is over and Korea rules again, and LPL is straight up just a 1-team region still.
Yeah,
It's
definitely a 1-team region now. Holy shit, these teams out here. These teams out here trying to catch up with each other while the LCK is just like, oh, okay, yep, it's GenG's year. Next year is going to be Hololife's year. And it's like, okay.
That might be T1, bounces back in another year. It's just,
shit.
Who knows?
It might be
also
GenG.
With that Saudi Arabia sponsorship, they definitely have money to get a massively good roster next year if they want to.
Yeah.
Because Carrier is going to have military service next year. He's probably not going to be there.
Yeah.
And that's going to look weird, too. It's like Carrier's been the player that's pretty much saved their ass in so many series, honestly. I don't know who they're going to get next year, but they definitely have the money to.
T1 might just bring up their academy support. He's actually good. They had to get rid of Poby, though. Poby was actually the worst. With the reason why T1 was never winning. Poby was just bad.
Looking at it from Poby's perspective, too, dude, he knows he was never getting over. He was never going to be promoted over Faker. No way.
No, it's not even that. The minute Faker retires, they're like, if Faker says this is my final year and like wins Worlds, I'm telling you right now, Toby's getting a call, Nice getting a call, Rookie's getting Rookie's Chinese, right? Or he's Korean.
Rookie's Korean, yeah.
Yeah, Rookie's get any Korean mid laner from LPL and LCK is getting a fucking call over Poby. Knight, Rookie, Toby definitely getting a call. And
dude,
Toby,
there's probably mid laners on challenger teams. Other ones getting...
BDD or the BDD or the no
BDD's. I think his contract should be up after this year. Next
BDD,
year.
If Toby even hits about leaving GenG, he's going to T1. They're going. I'm telling you right now.
They're gonna sell out that kind of money for him.
I'm telling you right now.
Or Toby returns to Homolife again. Who knows?
I don't think Toby goes back. Right? I think Toby goes.
But at that point, Homolife, it was literally called Chovy Life Esports. That's what they were calling it. His back was hurting carrying these corpses across the finish line.
And now Toby's back don't have to hurt as much because he has Ruler and Kid with Kid's brains on the key.
But to be fair, the extensions on the GenG player contracts, the top side, are for 3 years. So Chovy, Canyon, and Keen all sign extensions for 3 years. At the very earliest, they're going to leave is 2028. But we know esport contracts basically, like, if they don't want you, they can get rid of you no matter what.
I'm telling you right now, Poby never had a chance.
What if T1 brings Scout back? What if Scout goes, I want to go back to the LCK and I play with T1?
Hey, I'm telling you right now,
That if he's Korean, you got you. They have a list of people just in case Faker decides to retire. It'll be, I don't know who's number one. I think Chovy decides to leave GenG. 2 would be BDD. Scout might be 3. Knight might be 4. Rookie 5. I'm trying to see who else is in the LCK. Zeka. Oh, but no, wait. Okay, Zeka's sorry. Zeka's after Chovy. Zeka, BDD.
Oh, another thing. The reason why I think that players like Rookie and Scout don't come back, Chinese currency. From what I've heard through various rumors, that it's very hard to get the money they have in China and like transfer it over to banks in Korea.
Yeah,
and that would make sense too, because that's how currency works. You know, because you have to translate it, you have to convert it all, and all that other nonsense that goes with it. Like, I'll say this right now, T1 getting that Saudi Arabia sponsorship was massive. That is very big, because if they're thinking like, hey, we want to make some big moves in the offseason, pending our results at, Worlds and this split coming up for the LCK, then they have to for sure get a new support. That is for sure going to happen.
Yeah.
Doran, does he stay? I will say this, people have blamed him for their losses. I don't think that's fair on him.
No,
he's played fine. Like, if he played objectively bad, guys, I would say he's ran it. He's partially the reason why they're even here. Like, he got them through the road to MSI. He played very well. He made several bad mistakes in the last series against GenG that played MSI.
I'm gonna tell you, the GenG series, that was drafted. That came down to drafted. That was drafted.
Also, that series, I would blame on GumaYusi and Keria. The same bot lane, they played at Worlds 2022 finals. Caitlyn Karma, for some reason, they don't know how to play that bot lane out. They play Caitlyn Karma safe. You don't play Caitlyn Karma safe. I don't think that's Doran's fault. I don't think that's his fault at all. Keria GumaYusi straight up didn't impact the game at all. So I would say, I don't think the T1's going to keep Doran. Doran was kind of like oh, god damn, we don't really have anyone at this moment right now. We need to sign someone.
It depends. If they decide not to come back, I think Doran stays. I think Doran is what they needed. They needed a Doran-like player, because it was like, oh, okay.
But you know what to say about Doran? If you accept Doran, you have to accept all his faults too. That's the problem.
That's the same thing with Deus. You gotta know Deus is gonna be Superman and Clark Kent. Clark Kent don't do shit, but Superman is the motherfucker that's saving the world. You either get with Deus, you either get Superman or you get the Shy.
Also, will GumaYusi want to play with another support? That's the thing. Like, if he wants to play on the roster, you definitely gonna have to play with the new support. Or people said, bring up Smash. Guys, Smash's brain is gone.
The issue with Smash is they can't bring him in and out. You gotta realize Smash is safe in the Challenger League or whatever it is. Because
I would be surprised if he didn't get an offer in the offseason.
If GumaYusi decides to leave, Smash will definitely be the ADC. I think the thing is he can't play next to Keria because Keria's a very demanding person. And Smash just don't live up to it. It's like Smash has all the mechanics, but he kind of needs someone to spoon feed him the way through it. Keria ain't gonna really do that.
Are you right? Yeah.
He needs. Oh, go ahead. Okay, because Smash only has like 4 champions. 4 good.
He basically plays the champions that GumaYusi can't play well.
Yes,
he plays Zeri, Kaisa, and Corki and Caitlyn better.
Yeah, but his Caitlyn is suspect. His Caitlyn's kind of like GumaYusi.
The game for T1 versus G2. That second game was super frustrating for G2 because they just couldn't kill them. And they were calling Owner the astronaut, Astra Owner. Like, what the heck? It was just unkillable. Their wallets were too fat. Caps was getting ass blasted on Tristana against Silas. Oh my god. Because Chad's talking about score lines. We need to look at the score line in that G2 game. This is the scoreline for that G2 game. They were getting blasted out the ass. Lebrov. I need Lebrov arrested for inting. How is Lebrov is just not good. And people go like, but he had this one good game. Guys, everyone has one good game. Everyone will have games that surprise you. God forbid. What's his name on? No, Scary Jerry never had good games. That's different. He's actually just awful. Jerry. There's always going to be players that are bad that have one good game. It's just how League works. You will have pop-off games at some point. Now, I know if Lebrov ever pops off, it's not consistent. It's not going to last very long.
Yeah.
This is the scoreline. Because I don't want to get in trouble again. This is EWC. Because I can do it on regular highlights for other channels, but this one I'm not doing it for. This is the ending of T1 versus G2 right here. Look at that. Just look at the scoreline right there. What part of this was close? T1 just got G just got ass murdered. Oh my goodness, someone said something so fucking funny. I was laughing out loud in one of the comments. I forgot which one it was. Maybe it was, good lord, I think it was the T1 MCoy series. Good lord. I just love seeing Merwin. Merwin was getting solo killed by Doran. If he ever says he was beating elite level top laners, he wasn't. We caught you live on the fucking 4K losing.
Yes. Someone asked me earlier, between do you think G2 is doing a better East Western team, but it's very close between them and FlyQuest. I think with FlyQuest it shows that like FlyQuest probably had a better series overall at MSI, but FlyQuest can't say that they're the better team because in the best of one, I've always said in the best of one, the better person is always going to win. It doesn't matter if FlyQuest is the better team. They shit. Oh, but it's like they only beat us in the best of one, but they beat you. They beat you. Last time you guys faced, they didn't beat you in one game. That one game you swept them. That's the point I want to express is FlyQuest can't say shit now. You lost to them. They put you in the lower bracket, or no? Was it lower bracket, or did they eliminate?
They had to go to the qualification round, yeah.
Qualification round, yeah.
I mean, we do know what gap is closing between Europe and Korea and China. The gap at how long it takes to go to the airport.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Someone said that in the comment section. I was like, the comment went like this: "It's like, well, the gap is closing for EU for the time it takes to go to the airport." God damn.
I would say this. I think EU and LPL gap is a lot closer. I think I do.
I don't know if it is, man. I think it's just because BLG is not good right now.
Yeah, but like think about it.
Because G2 got pretty ass handled by was it G2 or was it anyone's? Who did anyone's legend face for the LEC and MSI? I think they faced G2, didn't they?
No, it was Koi, right?
One of them was Koi. Yeah, BLG beat Koi, and that really didn't look Koi favorite at all, honestly. And then anyone's legend faced. One sec. Anyone's legend, they took on FlyQuest. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so they took on both Western teams.
Yeah.
And didn't look that competitive for me. I mean, for upstanding. Like, I don't, because LPL's weird, right? Because my problem with the LPL is that, like, is it just too many good players are spread out on too many teams? Or it's even worse for the West too, because the problem with the West is that if they can't even beat China right now when they're doing like objectively performing this bad, when do you win? I'm just so tired of hearing, oh, I almost got into your, like, bruh. When is it just I win? You know?
You get past LPL, but now you run into the LCK wall. It's like,
and then not LCK. They run into T1. That's just their dad.
And GenG, because don't forget GenG's way fuck G2 as well. And if it's not T1 fucking you, GenG fucking you. Think about it. Which think about it.
in back-to-back days, they got clapped. They got clapped 4-0 by Korean teams both days, back-to-back days. 4-0. LTK went against G2. GenG 2-0 the fuck out of them. And then, sorry, 2-1. Sorry, 2-1. No, what's it 2-1? No,
1 second. I think you're right. Yeah. I think.
Was it
1 second.
2-1 or 2-1? Let me go back.
Let's go to EWC.
Watch here.
Fine, 1 second.
No,
1 second here.
Not watch here. God damn it, I don't want to watch. I just want
Good
to see
Lord.
that.
Wikipedia. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec. Almost there.
Okay, playoffs.
Yeah, you're right here. I got
It was 2-1. That's mean it was 2-1. That's me over a span of 2 days. Over a span of 2 days, they went decided for third place. In a span of over 2 days, they went 1-4 against the LTK team. They could beat BLG, and then you get absolutely clapped by both LTK teams.
Yeah, because G2 faced GenG. Because keep on, but it was close. Game 3 shows you the skill gap between these two teams. Then it's also not even that. They picked Smolder mid lane. Do you know how easy it is to abuse Smolder mid lane? Totally got a pentakill.
After Hansama got a pentakill in game 2. It was back-to-back pentakills. It was disgusting.
Oh my goodness. And then you have T1 beat MKOI. So both Korean first and second seeds beat the first and second seeds for the LEC.
LEC.
Then G2 goes and faces T1, the other LCK representative, the second T.
That absolutely clapped.
That was even worse than the GenG one.
You know the fucking thing is they look better against GenG. That's the great part.
Because to be fair, GenG plays so loosey with these like Western
teams. That game 2-1. That game 2-1 was for cinema. Because Hansama got the pentakill, and then game 3, then you was like, "Oh, it's our time for the pentakill. Let's give it to Chovy." And Chovy just.
And someone wants to tell me what a straight-faced Labrov can compete internationally. I've seen Labrov at enough international events now. I think he just stinks.
Labrov can't even beat Busio. Like let's call it.
But I heard people were saying that Skewmon was going to be the next best jungler in EU.
Yeah,
that's the best EU jungler is in the LTA.
Fuck all that. LeBron can't beat Alvaro. Like what the fuck? Y'all what like they got here getting cooked by Busio. Like goddamn. Like you be the best of one, of course. Best of one. The better team's always gonna win. The more prepared team's always gonna win. And FlyQuest wasn't prepared against G2. G2 got skill gap. Game 3, all
this tournament proves is that G2 as an org should just keep caps. That's all I really proved.
Keep caps and Hansama. I'm gonna say this. I think Hansama with the right support is great. I think Hansama was the support that's just like him. It's not gonna work because you need someone to be vocal. Skewbot, I'm not gonna say Skewbot. They should have never got rid of Mickey yet.
Dude, after he lost to Canyon in that game, in that series, he's literally been straight up blatantly running it down.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if his brain works anymore, because that just shows you how mentally fragile this guy is. He lost a single game in the best of 5, and he's not been impactful. He's barely playing good on
that's also because they're putting up on shit champions.
His style is like a solo queue carry jungler style. That doesn't even work competitively at all. That style just can't work competitively at all. It's not how it's ever really worked like that. Maybe in early seasons of League that could work, but and that's the LEC because the LEC, when does the LEC begin? It begins this week, right? LEC begins this week. I think I could be wrong. Competitive. If you're going competitive, then NA shouldn't be in there. Shit. That was an easy layup. That was the easiest fucking layup ever. LEC summer season.
Go back up.
Well, they're doing group shit. The second?
August. Yeah. They got some time off. That's good.
They have a week, pretty much 2 weeks off. Yeah,
about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks off.
I know LTA is around the same time as well. It might be a little before. Right now.
I know LPL and LCK start this week.
LPL already started.
Yeah.
LPL already fucking started.
Ads? Fuck away from me. God damn. Split 3. Oh my god. Give me North LTA North 2025 Split 3. Who came up with these goddamn trash ass names?
It starts. Oh no, it starts this week. It starts.
Yeah, LTA starts this week. Yep. So that means the teams are probably already scrimming now. FlyQuest about to look absolutely boosted.
Yeah, they're probably back home resting, thank God, because the motherfuckers. Cloud9 should just like had these
Cloud9 near the airport at EWC.
Them niggas lost to Furia. Like see, we can't even talk shit about.
And it's worse because people said that Cloud9 should have been there in place of Furia, and then they lost to the team that people said that they should have been over there.
We can't even talk shit about the LTA South anymore because it wasn't even that like they lost. Them niggas lost 29-7 kill score. Blabber was unimpactful. Loki was trying his hardest. Santos was not existent. And that fucking bot lane, them two old crack ass motherfuckers. Jack, I swear, if Jack keeps Vulcan
one more season, I'm about to lose it. I can't.
Then need to go to. Then play 2 in support where now you play ADC again. That motherfucker, both of them motherfuckers.
I mean, he was worse than Berserker. That's why he knew he wasn't going to get the spot back. He had to roll swap because he was never going to get chosen over Berserker. It also sucks because there's no firepower in the bot lane with him gone because they put him with Vulcan. Because it has to be Vulcan at this point. He's just not what he used to be.
Yeah.
The only reason why it can work is because he's just not as trash as the other supports in the league, honestly. But internationally, doesn't work for him. Just can't work, honestly. What the heck? Oh my goodness.
Well, congrats to GenG on winning EWC. You know,
hopefully it can translate into Worlds. Hopefully. You know how that usually goes.
It just needs to translate.
Even if T1 win Worlds, right, that means LCK at this point, no matter which team it is, between either of those two or Homolife is going to win an international event. That is insane. Even if an LPL team won Worlds this year, well, that just means that the West is no closer to winning it. And then we're going to hear some bullshit like, why don't the Western teams do well? Tabe said it best. Tabe said it on that co-stream interview video he did with K-Droll. Or Chovy said it too. They don't scrim enough. Drafting needs to be improved. 2 things. They need to scrim more. That means you need to practice more because they do.
No, I'm going to call bullshit on that one. I think they do. I don't think they're doing impactful.
Like they do 3 blocks. 3 blocks is a lot.
I think LEC does scrim a lot. Or I think it's not impactful scrimming. I think these motherfuckers is losing too damn fast. They need to do 5 blocks of scrimming.
That you gotta kill motherfuckers on that.
No, this is how I got good at Yu-Gi-Oh. I was playing 12-hour days when I lost like top 8 into a regional and I didn't get my invite. I just went back with the deck, like with Pokemon. Like this is what it is. You take a day off to mentally. You guys realize most of these LCK players are robots. That way they don't really mentally.
Like at least 15-hour days.
We Western guys have a little bit more mental. We're more mentally fragile than the East. We have to take a day off, day off, mentally recharge, go out, get fresh air, do what we gotta do. You know.
And they usually have, I heard Monday. All the players get off. Usually
that Monday needs to be you are relaxing, hanging out with family, doing whatever. Tuesday morning.
We know on their day off they just play solo queue. They just go and good lord.
That's what the LC. That's what even if doing solo queue, you all 5 solo queue up in your ulti counts. You play 8 hours. You play a little less that day, and then the days you are going hard in practicing, 12 hours minimum. You need to do 12 hours. You need to break down what champions work, what champions And I think it's a lot too. They're not. I don't think these Western teams are taking proper notes on what champions work.
Oh no, the thing
work.
you just said a second ago really applies too. It's not the fact that they don't scrim enough; it's the fact that they have worthless scrims.
Yeah,
because like the team that's always praised as being a good scrim partner is always the team that's getting the most scrims. Like from what we used to hear, Rogue when they weren't utter shit used to be a good scrim partner because they would play the same way in scrims as they do on stage. G2 essentially would have the opposite effect. They would beat people so hard in scrims with that Mickey X and Yike roster that they didn't want to that they didn't get scrims. So then you create this dichotomy of if a team like G2 with that Yike roster is shitting on people so hard that it's causing the other teams to mentally implode, that's even worse for G2 now because you're getting punished for being too good. But we always keep hearing from players, we need a team like that can challenge
also with
us
G2, that's a double-edged sword. And Palafox said they become very predictable because you know how they're going to play. And this is I think if G2 had Fearless back in 2023, G2 would have been in the top 8 instead of NRG. I think Fearless. And this is why I wish they would have kept the roster for one more season. I think Fearless is designed for a team like G2 to have a lot of different champions. I think the issue is this is some bullshit.
That's a dunk.
That means what LeBron James. He's LeBron James, and this nigga LeBron James. Is that supposed to be
a layup?
A dunk because he's LeBron James and Hassan is Dwayne Wade. Oh fuck me! Oh my god!
Oh god!
No,
man.
the issue is Fearless works for teams like G2.
Oh, this is true. Games 2 is certain. Yep, that's shit on a plate.
Yep. Like G2 is designed like
hell they erased all the history.
That's the last time they won was 2019. That's like Skuma was still in diapers when this motherfucker last time got Caps going through that nigga's hair is sinning. Look at Caps 2019. Look at Caps now. That nigga went through it. That motherfucker
playing with the Bravas made him lose hair.
Caps is 27, but that motherfucker looked 40. Caps looked like he
gave Faker a plant, so Caps could plant his future L's. What is it supposed to be? He gave Faker a plant.
Just like thank you. Faker's like I don't know what to fucking do. I feel like half the shit Faker gives, he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like Faker's just like,
is Caps planting his L's? I don't get this joke. Hey GenG, you should have banned Rakan. LeBron will never look this fresh ever in a suit. This is that's your Photoshop. You know that nigga stank. I can tell him he got a booty must to him. Ain't no way that mother. Oh my!
Them niggas get 25 minutes. Them niggas got gapped.
Motherfucker said still winnable. Nope.
Wait a second, go back. No, what? With Corky's the only champion with the gold lead. Said help, yeah.
I can't do it.
Power rankings.
Oh god.
But I would say this: Fearless Draft is actually best for G2. I think G2 have a lot of champion pool, but this is why if I would have known that they would have went Fearless Draft the whole year, he should have kept Mickey X. Mickey X has a lot of champions he could play. This is facts. Mm-hmm. G2 beats BLG. T1 fucks you. It doesn't matter. T1 will fuck you both. T1 beat both of these motherfuckers last year too. In Worlds. Just think about it. It don't matter. It was like they beat both y'all. T1 is daddy of G2 and BLG.
T1 daddy of the West, period.
And GenG's the motherfucking king of the world. It's like it doesn't.
Even if people are like, but we can beat Homolife. Yeah, sure you can. Sure you can.
Homolife beat the damn stuff. Them niggas implode. It's like, trade top later that got worse. Like,
Homolife actually just could be straight up worse than both GenG and T1, and that don't mean shit for the West. You still gonna lose to them.
Homolife, the third best,
probably maybe be the best team too. It still would actually just run through all of LTA teams.
the third best LTA team or LCK team beats all LTA. Fuck all that. LCP's out here smoking on Cloud9 packs, smoking on Koi. Koi can't talk shit. Y'all niggas got smoked by Doggo. The fuck?
They're getting railed. Absolutely 100% destroyed. Doggo! Man, that guy is so good. God, that guy is so fucking good.
Him and Hanku just like oysters are smoking on a goddamn C9 pack. It was like that's why it like when G2 beat him, it was like, yeah, but at the same time, like, oh no, G2 beat Gam. It was like Gam strong too. Like
didn't Gam beat Los Ratones and Scram? I don't know. Los Ratones was like international teams, we could beat them. Y'all lost to Gam. I would not even call them international.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Los Ratones is good for where they are. They can't come to the LEC. I think they'll be in the middle of that if they're in the LEC.
Straight up. I don't know. I think they'll be like ninth.
No, they're better than SK. They're better than
whatever Navi's gonna be.
Yeah, Navi. They're better than Navi. They're better than BDS. They would be fighting for a playoff. Like they'll be fighting for like that last spot.
They'll be middle of the pack, right?
Yeah. They'll be about 5, 6, 7. They'll be in that area. Like
imagine that getting promoted to the LEC just to be middle of the pack. That would be insane.
Yeah. If I'm Los Ratones, I stay where I'm at, and then that because
that's what I'm feeling. I would just say stay where you're at, and keep in mind, Cadro doesn't want to. Maybe that's the reason why he took that EWC offer. He can potentially pay the franchise fee to get in with it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why I took it. But he said it multiple times before. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to be in the.
The minute you do that, you tend to expose your team to a lot more worth, and then you might end up like near airport team where the niggas just imploded. That motherfucker never had it.
That was just Double Lift's. He's just stupid. Double Lift's just
the issue is that is you had 2 players that wanted to play, 2 players that were retired, and TF Blade was just happy to be there. Like. Well, Double Lift really didn't want to play anymore.
That's why you know that Double Lift, despite all of his success in NA, was because he was the mastermind behind everything. He was just the hands player. Notice that with Near Airport, it imploded. He was the leader.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me at all. He's
because Pole Belter and Speaker were the only speaker that actually wanted to play. Biofrost was it Biofrost?
Biofrost.
And Double Lift.
No, he's literally gay. He came out as gay. Guarantee you, Biofrost was choking on his boyfriend's dick or something when they played.
Oh shit, I did not know that. Biofrost and Double Lift. They even said it. We really didn't want to play. We just couldn't find anybody else we felt was good enough for the team. And that's where you went wrong. You should have kept looking. You should have kept fucking looking. Because y'all two could have been the coaches. Because I knew y'all 2 motherfuckers didn't want to play. Double Lift's like, it was like, I want to. You know.
How many times has Double Lift unretired himself? It's like the 3rd time?
Too many fucking, yeah.
He keeps saying, I'm retired. I'm going to have a family with Lena. You ain't having a family with that whore.
Lena wanted to keep the team. She just didn't want you to play because she knew you wasn't interested. And you said you wasn't interested. But I can't find anybody else.
But he also, you know what he said? He also said he wasn't interested because the viewership isn't there. He literally, Double Lift, all he understands this, he has viewers, but people also thought he wasn't going to see it through. I'm not going to give my all to a team I know if the owner doesn't.
But you know what he also did? He kept comparing his viewership to Cadro. Don't do that. You can't compare your viewership to Cadro. Cadro's a different beast. Cadro's been doing this for years. You've been doing this for months.
To be fair, he's streamed. It says he's never had the viewership peaks that Cadro's had. Yeah. But he still has good viewership. That is just stupid.
Plus,
I have
this
much viewers, but it's not as good as this guy. And it's like, it's still have a lot. There's something there.
Yeah, you're getting about 8,000-9,000 people watching. You get about 15,000 when you co-stream. It's like what you needed to do was you and not Paul Belter. You and Biofrost needed not to play. Y'all 2 needed to be the coaches. That's what y'all needed to do. Y'all needed to find 2 rookie players that are 2 players who were decent, who are challenger level,
y'all could have put on because y'all just needed someone who wanted to play, who didn't want to go pro. Because Speaker, Tia's play didn't really care if he went pro. He just loved playing league. And he loves double up.
He knew that was his only chance at being pro because people had always told him that he was never good to be pro. And you watch his streams, he's fucking what's he peak at? Masters?
Yeah, he's a two-trick. He's
literally the same rank as Oscar Renan.
Yeah.
Peak at Grandmaster.
Well,
I mean, if Oscar Renan can be in the LEC, being Grandmaster.
But yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, if Oscar Renan can be in the LEC, so can Tia play. Like, Pole Belter and Speaker. Speaker's kind of fucked now because now people are like, Speaker kind of fucked himself. Because you're cool with double F, even though I would be cool with the motherfucker after that whole shit 2020 TSM. I wouldn't be cool with anybody on my team. If I was Speaker, I don't speak to double F anymore. Anybody on that 2020 TS team, where y'all left me out to dry, I went to do that 1v9.
Really, 10-man sleep. Legendary 10-man
and then y'all don't do nothing after. Y'all could have aced the team, and y'all did. I'll talk to none of y'all. He Speaker's better than me, but no. That near airport thing, unlike Lost Ratona's losing to Gale.
I was going to point out in what you were saying earlier, the reason why Lost Ratona's also works is because the people that are on it are popular right now. Still, the people they took their popularity and they constantly have been doing and streaming. The people on near airport, I mean, Double Lift streams. But outside of Double Lift,
took actual players who were good at playing League and streaming.
Yeah.
Speaker doesn't really stream like that.
Never really streamed like that. TF, besides Double Lift and TF played, no one really streamed like that. No one really has a viewer. If he wants that level of viewership, Bob
Fro don't stream like that. Pro Belt is streams, but it's like he's always streaming on his.
He's got the same amount of viewers he always had. He has a very consistent viewership. It doesn't grow. It doesn't lower. It's just that's kind of like his league career. That's literally his league career.
Jesus. God damn.
Well, the last thing to go over is, I mean, we called this.
Yeah.
We knew this happened last year. Chaz already knew.
Yep. It was sad that it was going to happen. I thought they was going to stay one more year, but
I remember Dave talking about, because we even talked about this last year, because 100 Thieves sold the franchise slot back to Riot. I'd imagine got not even close to the amount of money that they even gave Riot initially, and year in and year out to even be in the LCS. And then you have to also look at it from this point of view. We also called this last year, as we just said a second ago. 100 Thieves didn't want to be here. They literally didn't. The only reason why they actually stayed was because, from what we know, Riot wanted to take time to find another partner that was going to be dedicated long-term to the LTA. So 100 Thieves basically got to be here essentially for free, if we're being honest here. Just get free money. Now, people need to understand this. I've been watching them ever since I started. I was here in the offseason when they were first coming together. People think of like, well, 100 Thieves, well, damn, we're going to lose Nate Shot in the scene. Guys, Nate Shot hasn't been a CEO in quite some time. That man also left. He's literally bigger outside of 100 Thieves.
Even when he was a CEO, he was kind of detached from league. Because you got to realize, I was a 100 Thieves fan back in 2021, but I didn't pay attention to league about 2022.
Yeah,
I'm tell you all the games that go over in League of Legends. Counter-Strike, Dota when they had a team, Counter-Strike, CSGO, Call of Duty, COD. Oh, definitely. Yeah. COD 2022, 2023. Woo. Valorant.
100 Thieves definitely put way more effort in Valorant than they do.
Valorant. Oh, god damn it. There was more games. There's one other game, but League of Legends. Oh, even TFT. They care more about TFT than League because TFT is a lot cheaper. Like the issue with League is they came in right at the right time in 2018. They peaked in 2021, and once they made that double lift team in 2023, and I said this team was not going to work. I said this team. I was
so
like,
sad a team like that can even get third.
Maybe,
so
but I said maybe this could work. But when Beergen retired mid-season, I was like, oh, they got two rookies, they got two people, and
he didn't even tell Nate Shot he was just leaving. Nate Shot found out the same way we all did through Twitter. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
It's crazy because people in comments, I read
It's
them.
not even that.
Like,
No, it's not leaving. They didn't. No, it's not. It's less than 100 seasons leaving. It's Riot found a new team and they're gone.
Well, it's several things because we know the LTA viewership when they rebranded the LCS to the LTA, we've seen the numbers.
Oh,
it cratered.
Oh, it was cratering before, but now it's a plane in the sky and it just drops. It just have you ever seen a plane just run out of power? Just go from 35,000 feet in the air and just hit the ground in a matter of minutes.
Yeah,
that's
so like
what happened.
The equivalent would be, you're driving a truck, you see some oil leaking. You're like, it's not gonna be that bad. But then it starts leaking a lot of oil. Then that shit catches fire. Then that truck explodes. That's what the LTA is. So there's several things to go over with this. The first thing is Nate Shot's not been the CEO of 100 Thieves for quite some time. He literally left to go and just be a regular streamer like he was doing before he made 100
He got burned out. He got burned out.
Mm-hmm. He got burned out being a CEO. He also had a wife and a family. But I'm being honest here. If he loves League as much as he used to back in the day, him having a wife and kid wouldn't have changed anything. There's plenty of owners that have wife and kids.
Whether that
outside of Steve, because he takes up the ass, but that's different.
The issue was they shot League. League was never his main thing. It was always Call of Duty, CS:GO.
His main thing was always COD. And keep in mind, the reason why they've always said they can't pay for a CS:GO or a COD team was because it's too much money. Now, if you shave off the League portion of their esports org, you probably might actually have enough money for that COD team. I don't know if that's worth it still, but if they see that there's more viewership in COD than this, it's better financially. Also, they've put way more effort in Valorant, straight up content creation. That's their org. It's just content creation in general. Like, so what I'm wondering is what's going to happen to that League channel they have? They don't delete it. It just stays there.
It just stayed there.
Like they ended up building. That's why I didn't want them building a separate League channel, because I had a fear that they would just not be in League forever. Because they had talked about leaving League for quite some time, and Riot's horrible decision making hasn't made it even any better. I would imagine this: if the LCS franchising era took off the way a lot of people thought, I can guarantee you right now 100 Thieves do not leave. I think the main reason they're leaving is because the viewership is cratered and that there's no hope that they actually think that Riot can actually build it up. Riot promised to build this into some big, giant, grandiose thing like NBA, NFL. They haven't. We know they haven't because they fucking have to take Saudi Arabia money now. That shit's going away. And then now in 2025, they're allowing betting sponsors. And they have to be approved by Riot. Oh my God. So when this is all pretty much falling apart, now we can get the sponsors that can make us sustainable so we don't bleed money out the ass. No, if I was one of these, I would leave too. And it does suck because they were the other org that had a lot of fans. And now all of those fans, either do they keep watching or do they find other teams? I would just say find another team. I would just say that. I know it's going to suck, but or keep it. You just watch the league if you care that much.
I just watch the league, but I just don't have a.
Hey man, at Cloud9 we'll accept you, man. Hey man,
nah, y'all
put on the Cloud9 jersey. Do this. Just be like this. Turn around. You're like, hey, I'm back in blue. You could be a Blue Ranger.
Cloud9 almost the team I rooted for, but then I was like,
you got Team Liquid, man. I mean, you can be an Umpty fan.
Nah, I'm good.
But no, I mean that sucks because Riot's horrible way of running the league caused another team in the league. To be fair, did anyone really want EG in the league anymore after that Nicola Point Jamison shit? And Golden Guardians never really cared in general. So losing them didn't really hurt as much.
You know what it is? Golden Guardians sponsor no longer wanted to support the team. That's when they were kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Like
100 Thieves to exit LTA North after 2025. 8 years ago, 100 Thieves joined the LCS ahead of the 2018 season. The Thieves went on to compete at a high level domestically in North America for years, winning a championship in 2021 and making countless finals and international events. Now the heist appears to be finished. 100 Thieves and Riot Games have officially announced the team's impending departure. After the 2025 season concludes, 100 Thieves will leave the LTA North, and a new partner will join in their stead for 2026. Also, Dokla is going to be a coach on 100 Thieves. He was like, damn, I just got here. But he then also said that he knew this was going to happen. So this is a post they made on social media. The team's intentions to leave seemed apparent after they announced last year that they'd be competing in the LTA North 2025 only as a provisional guest team. And even though they made recent additions to the team, having just hired Dokla as a coach for this split, he and the rest of the team will have to find a new home going into 2026. I will just say this. Quid, if he'll definitely have a team. Sniper is domestically decent top laner. He'll probably have a team. River's going to go military service. He wasn't going to be available in offseason anyway. FBI for sure would get a team. Ayla, buddy, your time is up. So either Ayla has an MVP level performance, the split, to keep his career alive. Otherwise, you're homeless, motherfucker. Or you done. It's either be homeless or play League with a brain. One of those two will happen. But I guarantee you guys, 3 of these players are definitely getting homes. There's no way an LTA team is not picking up Quid, the other best mid laner here, or FBI or Sniper. I think those guys will get teams. So then we have the team's 2018 entry into the league marked their first appearance in the finals, immediately establishing themselves as a top contender. They qualified for Worlds that year as well. After another 2 years went by, they hit their stride in 2021, winning an LCS title and attending Worlds once more. In 2022, they made it to each finals, but couldn't place higher than second. And again, they placed second in Split 1 of this year, the first under the LTA North rebrand. Through these years, the careers of players like Someday, Closer, and FBI have been defined in their time on the team. Newer players, too, have had their careers fostered on 100 Thieves, not Tenacity. He was there for one split and left. And then got offers to come back to the league, but he said, no, I'm just going to stream in Korea. And then realized that wasn't worth his time and then was like, I'll just go and be a part of the tier 2. He had Tenacity straight up had a chance to come back. He just didn't take it. That's his own fault. He didn't want to take it. One early sign of their departure was in 2023, disbanding of 100 Thieves Challengers. For years, 100 Thieves led the league in Tier 2 involvement, whereas 100 Thieves Academy, countless League of Legends prospects were developed. That includes players like Busio, now one of the best players in the West, and Sniper, who is still starting for 100 Thieves main roster today. They even had a long-running Tier 3 amateur team with 100 Thieves Next, which the team retired a few months prior, disbanding their development pathways and downgrading to provisional guests meant the writing was on the wall for 100 Thieves fans. 100 Thieves super fan and avid social media poster.
David,
I hate that. I can't stand his last name. I'll just call him David. Posted his feelings online, which reflected those of many fans of 100 Thieves. Though the news was perhaps predictable, it remains sad and surprising to many. David also commented on the 100 Thieves League of Legends Q&A, stating that, according to it, the Thieves didn't even get a chance to plead their case to Riot and were told that someone else.
But and there you said it's out of their fault, because they kind of didn't want to be. I think part of them did want to be here, but at the same time, they kind of saw the shit burning, and they were like, let's just get the fuck off.
And keep in mind, if Riot's straight up doing shady shit like that, like they're essentially like pushing them out, giving them the cold shoulder, it's like, okay, I think it's two ways. So 100 Thieves has definitely pretty much been very non-verbally open about leaving and this not being really worth the money anymore. But if Riot is basically doing this, it's like they don't even want you here, you know?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, 100 Thieves technically don't get to plead with their... 100 Thieves technically do not get to plead their case for one reason and one reason only. They sold their slot back to Riot.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. Riot, I can tell, planned this out to some degree. They convinced 100 Thieves to sell their slot back to them so that they could do this. Because you can't plead your case if you sold your slot back because you're essentially a guest partner. That's the deal you made last year. And if let's just say they had a change of heart and they did want to keep being in league. Doesn't matter now. You sold your slot back. Which
and see, no, even if you sold your slots back, you can actually plead your case as long as they don't have anybody. My question is, who did they find?
They haven't announced that. Yeah. I mean, the only team that I think is, people said Estral, but Estral's a Spanish org. I thought they only allowed one LLA team. But technically, Estral's not LLA anymore because LLA is gone, actually.
but Astral was in CB low, or they went over to LTA
Isurus and
South.
Astral separated, so
Yeah.
it's just Isurus now. And yeah.
It
So
could be Astral.
it probably will be. I'll be honest with you.
Or it could be a
Someone said
challenger
Las
team.
Tonis. I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not Las
Tonis ain't Casual has the biggest viewership on the planet. He ain't joining LTA and losing.
I saw something earlier that said, "What if this TSM coming back?" I was like,
that video that Reginald put out would be so funny. He's like, we're gonna leave LCS to be in a tier 1 region and then come back to when it's actually just worse.
I mean, technically, he would be coming back to the LCS and be the LTA. I mean, technically, it's not the LCS anymore. It's the region formerly known as the LCS. You don't even gotta call it LTA anymore. Just call it.
Hey, they did transfer into a tier 1 region.
Yeah,
that would be fucking hilarious. So he said, and we're told that someone else had already been given the slot. Like that's kind of that's why I don't like this company. They didn't even tell them. They were getting lit. They were just being kicked out. We didn't. Yeah, I mean,
but the thing is, you were a guest. You don't have to be told you're done. It's like, all right, cool. You on a 1-year trial run. That's me. They probably already knew they were done. My question is, who's coming in? I want to know who's coming in.
Because if that team coming in doesn't do what 100 Thieves did in all these years, I'm going to say it's a failure. But to be fair, it took FlyQuest a long time, also barring different ownership groups.
The reason why I want to know who's coming in, because then I want to see, okay, this is the team you brought in? Mm-hmm. Okay.
In their social media statement, 100 Thieves said they'd be giving fans a proper send-off and thanked all the current members of their league team. Fans of the league will have the new 2026 LTA partner team to look forward to. But without the Thieves, perhaps less impressive hoodies, heist-related jokes, and unique 100 Thieves League of Legends team dynamics and gameplay in their lives. I'm just pointing out, sometimes I hate these things because if you don't bring in someone that did what they did, I mean, 100 Thieves in the first year made finals.
Yeah.
You know? World's first year. You had the Rikara, Cody Sun situation. 2019, weren't really. Those 2019, 2020 were pretty bad. But 2021, they made it to Worlds back again. And the thing is, they definitely built a fan. They did everything a new org should do when joining the LCS, now LTA. They did everything that they could have. If the new org coming in doesn't do that, I'm going to give it 3 years. You failed. That's just what it is. It took, but it took FlyQuest. FlyQuest went through 2 different ownerships to do it. They initially had the Bucks, because Dignitas got invested by the 76ers, and then you had fucking players who were like, trust the process. Oh, shut the fuck up. Then you had because FlyQuest were owned by the Bucks. Then they sold to the Panthers. The Panthers, now the new owners, whatever they did, whoever they hired with the amount of money they were throwing at the org, made FlyQuest what they are now. FlyQuest weren't shit under the Bucks. They were debatably, I wanted them out of the league at one point. I was like, this org is dookie trash. Like, now they're a good org, and they built fans with that bullshit. Remember when you came in, that hot Asian lady CEO, Trisha, you're talking about B quest, C quest. Like, if we get a kill, we plant a tree. I want to plant my dick in her ass. Doesn't matter, obviously. So, 100 Thieves leaving. I'll be honest with you, it sucks. That means you have another legacy org that came in during franchising leaving. That does not look good for Riot. Does not look at all. The viewership has crumbled. And it doesn't look like it's coming back anytime soon. Travis Gafford, the biggest LCS dick sucker, said this has failed. Travis Gafford said this is bad. If Travis Gafford has said it's looked this bad and it's not looking like there's a bright future here, I don't know what it's going to be. I mean, I'm good. I still got LCK. I got LPL. I got LEC to watch. Hell, I could watch LCP if I wanted to. LPL. If I don't want the LTA to ever go away.
Same here.
I don't want it to leave, but Riot's making every bad decision to kick away. Guys, 100 Thieves leaving is bad. They've been here for 8 years, and they're like, I'm gone.
All those 100 Thieves fans, they probably gone too.
That's even like that's more viewers gone. That new org better. You gotta be bringing in fans split one. You gotta be convinced with you good enough right now. You don't have time in league to waste 5 years to be good. No one, unless you want to end up like SK Gaming. You want to end up like Team Vitality? Ain't got no fans over there. Who the fuck's a fan of SK Gaming and LEC? They probably have like 2 fans, and we know one of them. So, yeah, I mean, I hate news like this because you lose a legacy partner like this. They did everything right. I mean, I can't really say they did anything wrong. They came in, they won a title, they were finals, they went to Worlds, they built fans. Like, they had their own slogan with the whole, we got a heist, prevented a heist. But it just felt like after 2021, when they stopped doing the heist at its peak, you saw the writing on the wall too. Like, Courage and Nadeshot shows stopped. Nadeshot didn't want to be the CEO anymore. He fell out of love with League, just went back to doing COD. They did hire Valkyrie. I mean, she's still with them. Didn't she like?
Not hired. No, she was there from the beginning. She was she's like.
It was there a year. I remember she came in 2019, I think.
Yeah.
And now she's like a part owner. What about their Courage? I don't hear nothing from that guy anymore. What did that dude? Did he get married? I think he has a kid too.
Courage got married too. He had the
one person not married is Valkyrie. Makes sense.
Yeah. But Valkyrie also talk about like.
Oh yeah, so their main 100 Thieves with their main YouTube channel when they first came in within about 2 years got 1 million subscribers. This was before they even had a League of Legends YouTube channel. Like, no org LCS ever has. Nobody besides TSM. No one had 1 million sub YouTube channel. Branding. I mean, they did I will give credit. They did everything right. Riot ruined the scene so hard with all their bad decisions. I mean, if we're talking about kicking out teams, why don't we kick out Dignitas? Why don't we kick Dig?
That's a good question.
100 Thieves leaves, but Dignitas, the immortal team that just stays no matter what. Yeah, on 100 Thieves content, I mean, they don't upload that many videos on their main channel like they used to. They did all these other like side channels.
Like I said, they got popular during COVID. That pandemic.
I forget get this chick's name sometimes. This is
Foosley.
Jeez.
Yeah, I realize a lot of their content is content that can be done from home, and they got popular because
welcome Sunny and Anita,
and they got popular because a lot of the content was able to be done from home. They capitalize on people not being able to go home, buy a product. It was like, all right, cool, boom, because they were the hit.
Oh, they still have Brooke. Nadeshot is moving on. Yep, Nadeshot didn't want to be in California because, well, that's more like political wise, but this state is
that too. Plus the
cost of living here is insane.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was less political, more cost. It was
the cost of living. That's why they compound. That place is massive.
You know why they had to downsize the compound? Because you got around. They like I said, 2021 to 2023, that COVID time, those 2.5 years, because like 20, whenever COVID started COVID was about 3 years. 3 years we lost. That 100 C was probably one of the most popular orgs. FaZe Clan, OTK, OTV, but 100 C was the only one that actually had a team that was what all their achievements happened during COVID. 100 C's winning the split 2021. COD popping
The only
off.
split they ever won was in an empty studio. God damn.
Sometimes when you don't have the pressure of people on you, it works. Same thing with COD. Same thing with CSGO. Same thing with Valorant. It was like you guys were better during COVID, and sometimes you peak at the right time, and they did. They content was peaking. They was dropping three videos full.
Hired a bunch of people, but then you started noticing writing on the wall when they started letting a lot of the people go. Remember, they had a lot of layoffs.
Those were 2-year contracts. All of them were 2-year contracts. That's me. They was gonna let them go regardless. But some of them got let go with a year left. So and then you realize, oh, it was an option. A lot of these people had a 2-year option contract. That's me. You were guaranteed 1 year. But the thing is, too, you know what a lot of these people didn't do also? They did, because 100C, and I didn't realize that the day shot said this, you were supposed to build your own brand while working with 100Cs. You were supposed to.
I remember that. Yep.
You were supposed to
that one guy that came in, he thought Nate Shot was going to do everything for him. I was like, I remember that. Yeah.
That's what you remember that little goofy Hispanic girl who kept saying all that bullshit, and she made her contact got big, and then after COVID, like, you gotta realize a lot of these people fell the face off the fucking earth once COVID was over, because people could just watch better people. It was like, oh, I don't gotta sub to you anymore. All right, cool, peace. Like, that's what happened. Like, Foodly's popularity dropped off after COVID. Plus, after they found out she was having an affair with one of her coworkers, like, for like 2 years. While she was engaged and while he was engaged, that was a whole fucking mess itself. You got that. A lot of people also weren't living in California. A lot of them were hired. They were living in Canada, living in New York, living wherever. They were at home. A lot of those people, like Mo, the guy who did the LCS League of Legends content, he was there when they were popular. And what's the content focus was no longer League of Legends. Mo had to go. Not about it, because and honestly, I think, and this is what comes out to it. I think 100Cs wanted to leave back in 2023, and they kept getting outraced by everybody. I think they wanted to go out on their own terms. This wasn't their own terms. This was right terms.
They wanted to downsize more too, because Papa Smithy, who initially came in when they didn't really have a good idea of what they wanted to do, he came in and he made it look a lot better for them. He had said that basically something changed with what the org was wanting to do. It could just tell the leadership and everything changed, or perspective change. Was like, hey, we don't want to just invest this much money in League, or just the investment in League, which is not going to be the same. Yeah. Good Lord. Cheap Esports blocked me. Fucking hell. Oh my God. I hate Cheap Esports. Holy crap.
I'm going to send you a thing on
I just want to go to Poppy Smithy's Twitter really quick. Just really quick.
On Facebook, you can read it later. I told motherfuckers that's what happened.
You ain't shit.
Yeah, about to play in India. I told motherfuckers.
I saw. Yeah.
That's what it was. It was.
Yeah, Papa Smithy wrote a lengthy 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraph essay about his time on 100 Thieves. But this is the main part. The reality I felt is that when 100 Thieves leadership priorities as an org evolved past League of Legends, even during my tenure there, the seeds of today's decision were sown years ago from my eye line, which to me is a massive disappointment given how much the program has contributed to the franchise era, LCS and LTA. Yeah, I mean, good Lord. After that Reaper, FBI, Abadage someday closer roster, it felt like they were just like, you know what? What's the point of this anymore? We're spending all this money and still not winning. Good Lord.
Yeah.
But, who's also having a bad week? Not just 100 Thieves. Team Liquid. You know what's crazy, dude? You know how back in the day, they used to just release a video detailing what really happened? They did it in an article on their website. I'm not kidding. They actually straight up had someone write out some horse shit. I haven't read it yet. We're going to reread it live here, and that's the last thing we're going to cover for tonight. Team Liquid League of Legends. And keep in mind, content creation has been so... David, that 100 Superman guy, pointed it out. There's not much investment in content creation here anymore. I mean, Cloud9's doing vlogs of a narrow solo queue rank after. Oh, woo! Damn! Don't get me heated on that one again. So, Team Liquid wrote out a lengthy essay about why they stink at League now. How did we go from best in NA to not making MSI? Read the full story in the article below. God damn! You ready to read some cope?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Team Liquid, this was last month, and no one wanted that shit then. Fucking dumbasses. All right. Nope. You ain't getting my cookies, and Leonard ain't getting Chaz's cookies either. For most of last year,
I just said you saw that on Facebook about WNBA. I forgot this is happening this year. Yep, I told. Yeah, it's peak delusion. Trust me, you're gonna. Holy shit! I forgot they were doing this year. They are so delusional. So that's funny.
Hold on, let me read that here just a moment. Holy crap! Let me go to it. Give me 1 sec.
I forgot they were doing that this year.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Yeah, CBA negotiations. That
I forgot about. Could be. Hey, do you bring us money?
I thought it was 2026, but I forgot their season goes for the same year. That's it. Yeah. It'll be the end of 2025. This. Oh gosh, we get the whole
Team Liquid.
The whole thing about that.
Oh, Team Liquid had Arsh Goy. That liberal pussy soy boy beta bitch. Oh my god. I have to read something from Arsh Goyle. So Team Liquid. God. I hate that soy boy little. I can't say the word on YouTube because I'm professional. I met that guy in 2023. Woo! I'm okay. I'm good. Good. So, Team Liquid basically has what look like horse shit this year. What went wrong with Team Liquid? Some would say everything. For most of last year, Team Liquid was considered the best League of Legends team in North America. True. They were straight up. They did the only ever undefeated season in the LCS. It was best of 3, way shorter seasons, not best of 1s. Make sure all those asterisks are there. They literally lost 1 best of 5, and it was the last best of 5 of the entire split. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Or they could have potentially brought it to 5 games, but they didn't send someone to defend their Nexus and let
they said enough people.
So cringe. Oh god, it was cinema when you watch that live, but the more you think about it, you're like, damn, this team is actually full of retards, and they have pussy ass as a mid laner who's a 3 trick. It was the first TL roster in years that didn't form around superstar imports, and it was the first TL team to claim an LCS trophy without double lift. If it weren't for one of the craziest backdoors in NA history, the team might have won back-to-back. That wasn't a backdoor. Minions just walked in and finished the game. Team Liquid straight up needed to just send one person back, and they just make it a 5-game series. Didn't matter who. They had a Tristana, and Tristana, that late in the game, takes on turrets in like less than 2 seconds.
Yep.
Going into 2025, Team Liquid retained its roster, expected to remain untouchable at the top of the LTA North alongside FlyQuest. On paper, Team Liquid should have cruised smoothly to international appearances off of domestic dominance. Instead, fans got a roller coaster. Team Liquid narrowly qualified for the cross-conference playoffs in 4th place after a rocky debut in the LTA's North bracket. Then the team somehow leveled up and got it together in Brazil, earning a trip to Seoul for first stand with the split trophy in hand. However, their subsequent last place finish at first stand wasn't just their worst international performance as a roster, it was one of NA's worst in the game's history. But you could chalk that up to many LCS, LTA tournament.
That was just a bad format there. That was almost bullshit.
Also that's a bad. I mean, they were bad. They were actually just awful. But that format was terrible. I guarantee you, going into 2026, first stand will have a different format. If it doesn't, then get the gun and blow your brains out. TL's shocking collapse was a heartbreak for fans. Oh, I loved it. I love watching train crashes. I love watching cars explode. I was happy seeing it. I love watching APA just get on his knees and just get on all fours and open them booty cheeks up. I love it. And it was even more devastating for fans, and it was even more devastating for the team. No shit, Arsh. No shit, you fucking whatever. UG in, T out. Seemingly scrambling in the days before the summer split, TL began holding tryouts for mid laners and junglers, splitting scrims to isolate issues and improve their cohesion. Many in the community saw this as a sign that by far the most criticized player on the roster, was on his way out. Instead, Team Liquid started the split without making changes. Instead, a month into the split, just when it seemed from the outside that the team had started to gel again, Team Liquid made a change. UG, the best prospect in the NACL, would be the team's six-man jungler. UG played 2 regular season games before becoming the starting jungler in every playoff series, seemingly benching Umpty. By the time Shopify Rebellion eliminated Team Liquid, the team faced a torrent of controversy and confusion. Less than a week later, Team Liquid finally broke the news. Umpty had chosen to leave the team for personal reasons. In the end, he played a single game in the Split 2 playoffs, a match point, Game 3 against Cloud9. In his exit interview, Umpty detailed struggles with PTSD, months of insecurity and self-doubt, and a long healing journey. I could have told you it was like that before you signed him. He's always come off like that. Like some weird, depressed, socially awkward loser. Damn, that's like a fucking loser in my opinion. Back home in Korea, he's on his way to feeling like himself again. He won't be on a roster. He'll be unemployed, but sure. With the dust finally settled, it became clear that UG joined Team Liquid in no small part to help alleviate pressure on the beloved veteran, but it wasn't enough. For Umpty, continuing to compete was not an option. He needed to get out. But it wasn't just Umpty struggling. The whole team, save perhaps Yeon, could have edited together a highlight reel of mechanical misplays and baffling decisions even after UG came in. Instability amidst brutal losses eroded the team's confidence, slowly compromising their trust, synergy, and willingness to grind. Wow, it looks like they just completely just suck ass now.
Yep.
Anything you want to comment before you keep going? I mean, this is shit we already knew, but I just love reading this implosion. I fucking love it. Oh God.
They could have just easily how do I be nice about this? They should have got rid of Upty earlier. I think Upty's interview at Worlds shows that he mentally was not prepared to be here full time.
He got his chance to compete at the highest level like he always wanted, and that's what the highest level is. You getting your ass handed to you.
Yep.
He was by far and away the reason why they lost most games at Worlds. I'm being honest here.
Oh, easily.
Trash. The team's internal struggle, a timeline. In the offseason, Team Liquid management already worried about Umpty's motivation, mental health, and stability. Why'd they I'm not doing it. It's okay. I hate when people say these. Oh, fuck. God. If all of those were in question, why did they keep this dude? Why? If you knew all of this, why did you keep him? They thought winning that horrible fucking winter split where you were out if you lost 2 best of 3s.
Yep.
They thought winning that horrible split, they were like, oh, maybe we can make this work. They knew you deserve to fail if you notice all that shit and you don't fix it. You deserve to fucking fail, in my opinion. Trash ass org. At first, things were good. No, they weren't. Spawn said this. From my perspective, being away from home in such a stressful environment can take a toll on you. Oh, I heard this before. Fuck you. Split 1 had a condensed format, and Umpty was already struggling before the team booked their Brazil win. It wasn't about making fewer mistakes. It was about forgiving himself, and after messing up and ignoring the public criticism that followed. First stand, unfortunately, only increased the pressure to achieve that ethereal perfection. In Korea, the 2-0 loss to CFO was a breaking point, at least according to head coach Spawn. Individual mistakes and discordant decision-making left Team Liquid looking like shells of themselves, and behind the scenes, their confidence and trust in one another began to erode. Hoping to isolate issues that persisted with different iterations of the roster, Team Liquid held tryouts for mid and jungle. Damn, APA, you out, nigga. You done after this year. Ass pussy, bitch. You done. You out. You can only play 3 champions. You a hoe.
Yeah.
The team was open to making changes, but the goal was to facilitate improvement and shake things up. UG surpassed all expectations, though earning a spot as a 6-man who would participate in scrims, adjust to the new environment, and prepare to play on stage throughout the split. I'm going to rewrite history and be like, I had so much foresight knowing that wouldn't be able to continue. Spawn explained. I'm always the optimist in stuff like this until we cross the line. Until then, I'm going to work with him to get comfortable competing again. The tryouts had done their job. TL had thoroughly assessed the market, patched major issues ahead of the split, and found a prodigious rookie to bring in as a 6-man. UG was brought in to support Umpty's recovery, not to replace him. That's a lie. This has always been bullshit with 6-man rosters. That next guy coming in doesn't want to help the guy he's trying to replace. He's trying to get you out.
Exactly.
I hated how league teams have always said this for years. No, we just have a new 6-man to help this guy, and they're going to be best buddies and jerk each other off and fist each other in the ass during. No, that new guy coming in is trying to take that man's job.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Negative loop. In Spawn's eyes, they'd fallen victim to a negative feedback loop. As individuals on the team made more mistakes, everyone stopped trusting one another to do their jobs at different points in the game, at least subconsciously. Over time, their split second calls became increasingly mismatched. Every time you lose a fight that you should win, you'll make a more desperate or passive decision next time. TL's teamwork, once the cornerstone of their success, was dysfunctional well before stepped away from competition. I think that even in the past, when we weren't playing at the best individually, we always had a really strong team game, Spawn recalled. But when the team game started to fall away, people started to have less fun playing together, is the way I'll put it. Yeah. Basically what he's saying is, when you're winning, everyone just loves each other. But when you're losing, you just start pointing fingers at each other.
Yeah, that's when shit gets really exposed, because now it's
what was that old saying? Winning cures all.
Winning. You put blinded.
Yeah.
Winning is winning cure all, but their actual phrase should be, when you're winning, you put blinders on. You put blinders on for shit. Like,
right here is also important.
You didn't overlook shit while you're winning. Mm-hmm. It's where you're losing is where you start to really see, like, who's really.
In 2024, Team Liquid grinded their way to the top of the league. Their mistake was thinking the same strategy would work again. I think it's simple. Explained by Core JJ. The other teams were better than us. They were improving, and we weren't. We were staying the same. Yeah. They didn't change up their style going into 2025. They thought they would just dog walk the league again. Usually when that happens, that doesn't happen multiple times in the league. Unless the rare occasion it happens with several teams. The only team that's ever did that is like GenG, T1, BLGs did it a lot. IG. Very few teams have dog walked a single year and then have done it again. That's never, because league changes constantly, you know?
Yeah.
In the end, Umpty's departure made the decision for them. We were actually 100% committed to UG for the last 2 weeks of the season. That was really, really good for our team. We went away from our 3.5 split in scrims between junglers. We went away from night blocks, so the guys were getting a lot more rest coming into the day and a lot more recharged. I say overall, it was a much more positive environment and it had nothing to do with Umpty leaving. Why does Spawn do this? Just say Umpty was a negative impact on your team.
Because you don't. That's just.
I get it. I understand you can't scapegoat him for everything. I get it.
But the way this framed, it's slander, because if it's not true, he can come back and sue you. That's the issue. It could be true, but you gotta do it in a way where you gotta be
but you've read these kind of these articles.
Oh yeah, I know
the way
bullshit.
This is framed. The way this is framed is basically saying Umpty was super depressed and making all of us depressed, and we all started playing worse because he was sad. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, trust me. As someone who take HR, if you was to say, "Oh, he's the reason why," and you say, "Oh, he's trash," and if you said it the way you would say, you will have a lawsuit within weeks, because it'd be like, "Oh, that's considered slander." if he can't find a team because of the word you said, yeah, it's later. You gotta be like, we felt like he no longer fit what we were finding in a person for jungler. We respect his decision to leave and all that, and we did, there was back and forth, but we decided it's best if we part ways because it's the correct way was we got rid of this trash ass motherfucker because he was no longer good. But you say it in a way where people respect it. He's not pissed. You respect his feelings, even though you don't really give a fuck about his feelings, and you don't get future lawsuits. Because trust me, no one wants to lose money. Like, and that's the thing. I pretty much what you want to say is he's trash. We got a new guy. Next, it's like in a relationship where so it's like, oh, I moved on a guy because no, you moved on because he was trash. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Like as someone who does HR and all that, we saw this shit. It was like, all right, cool. I saw this shit earlier, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, because all I was saying basically was like the gist from what I'm getting here is I do believe Core JJ, what he said is true. They had a certain way they were doing it in 2024. Because that happens. Teams do improve. It's not that teams improve. Rosters change. Some rosters get better players added to their rosters, and some players get worse players added to their rosters, and that itself can create a system where some teams improve and some don't. That I do agree with.
Yeah.
But the way this is framed is like basically Umti was just sad, depressed, and it made everyone play worse.
Yeah.
Core JJ saw it the same way as Spawn. Their last 2 weeks of practice before elimination were the most improvement they'd seen in months. Without Umti, their competitive goals had to be revised. Instead of scrambling to make progress, they'd had the space to focus on the long-term improvement as a set of 5 players. Integrating a new jungler on short notice is hard enough, but TL had played back-to-back tournaments across 3 continents in a matter of months. Like everyone else, they're expected to reach the podium of fight for the right to represent North America and MSI. Even if UG debuted at an absurdly high level of play, he was still a rookie and wouldn't be able to fix the team single-handedly. Implicitly, the change meant refocusing on Summer Split, alleviating at least some of the omnipresent pressure to perform. They didn't make they didn't make elimination from Split to Thing any less. Core JJ going as far as to call the loss to Shopify Rebellion their lowest point as a team. I'll be honest right now, no one respects Shopify Rebellion. Most people behind the scenes think that team is absolutely trash. Like Sven said in a Cloud9 video, we shouldn't be losing to teams like Shopify Rebellion or Dignitas or Team Liquid. Yeah, no one thinks Shopify Rebellion is good. Them getting third was absolute luck. Completely. Yeah. I don't think they're good at all. I think that team is actually just bad. I think there's no way. I just don't believe they'll be good this coming split, honestly. I think we knew CFO was a very strong team. We weren't as sad about losing. The veteran support recall. Losing to Shopify was much worse. Yeah, losing to Shopify Rebellion. That's fucking horrible. With a month and a half before the next stage game, Team Liquid had time to focus on resetting ahead of Summer Split. Spawn emphasized staying away from playing the game seriously and staying away from each other, at least in any competitive context. For most players, time to breathe, touch grass, and lead a normal life can be invaluable. Every team not attending the Esports World Cup took at least a month and a half off after Split 2. Team Liquid, however, was back to scrims in 2 weeks. Yeah, about a 2-week vacation is fine. Oh, it's fine. Spawn joked that it would have been hard to keep the players away from the game any longer than that. Anger and regret are fuel for motivation. According to Core JJ, at least the break was more than long enough. With MSI teams seeking consistent scrim partners, the team had far stronger practice partners than the LTA North can normally offer, giving them a head start on improvement without having to wait for other teams to return from their breaks. Going into Split 3, they'll have honed their skills against some of the best teams in the world without the drawbacks of travel and competitive burnout that seem inevitable for FlyQuest and Cloud9. Team Liquid's roster, rife with potential, is once again being doubted. Historically, that's where they thrive. By the start of Split 3, of course, I'm confident we're going to be the best team in the LTA. I'm not going to lose 2 splits in a row, Court JJ. Buddy, you've shut up. This man's taken more L's than I can imagine in the last many years. This is my thing. Do I think they'll be a good team in the LTA? Yeah, I think it's going to be the same top 3 teams, honestly. I know Team Liquid enough to know that they will always at some point bounce back. And it's good to have them bounce back moving into Split 3. Wouldn't want to just be a 2-team race again. But what do you think, man, before we head out? What do you think about Team Liquid coming up, honestly?
Team Liquid has a lot. I mean, they're not even the third best team in the region.
Technically, you could say Shot by Rebellion's better.
Yeah.
As you said earlier, they did beat them. So
yeah.
But it's like, do you believe Shot Rebellion is going to be a top 3 team again? I don't think so. No way. If they are, this region sucks ass.
Because you got FlyQuest, Cloud9, Shopify, Team Liquid, London Thieves. It's like, and then it's like the rest.
Mm-hmm. But no, because this is the thing. If they don't qualify for Worlds, and if they do badly at some point during the split, they can't have Umti as a scapegoat. Do you just blame it on Yuji? I mean, because APA has gotten massively criticized for how bad he's been on and off. Impact, as you said, no impact at all. Just has been completely sprinting it, which is crazy because he had an MVP level performance last year, and then now has been at this point. I don't get it anymore with some of these teams, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Wanted to make sure we covered everything. So the next episode of the Cloud9 podcast should be Tuesday around 8:30 p.m. PST with me and not Lunchbox Warren, the other League Warren, you guys remember, because we're going to go over basically doing our power ranking tier list kind of thing for the LEC 2025 summer split. And then we'll be back here on Thursday because we'll be talking about LCK and LPL because so much shit there to talk about. But anything else you want to say before we head out, actually?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sad to see one of the C's leave, but I'm not surprised. They haven't really shown interest in the last 3 years. Will I become a fan of a new team? Probably not. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been so disinterested in LTA. I might just stick to the 3 teams I got left. And
yeah, I know RNG sucks booty hole. I mean, I can't move. I know if they ever exit out of LPL, I would just support the teams that I've been supporting. That's all I do.
Yeah,
I just enjoy and watch, honestly. But yeah, so just want to let you guys know, tomorrow around 7 p.m. PST, we'll have the MSK show. We'll have some topics then. I should be streaming League earlier in the day because I'm not going to be watching any movies because Fantastic Four doesn't come out until this Thursday. So I'd have to watch it the following Monday, honestly. So that's why, there's no real reason for me to basically, go out and see any movies because I already seen everything we needed to review. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to stream League earlier tomorrow morning or maybe the afternoon. And then I'm going to have the MSK show, and then we'll just have everything start up again for the week. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, and we'll see you guys later.